Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Good evening and welcome in, everybody. On the eve, or I should say rather, the day of the penultimate episode of BENXT Season 1, you are looking live at 11.5 billion BENXT fans in live attendance. My name is Ben, alongside Danny DeVito and Barbara Piss. Welcome in. Hello, PlayStation Nation.
Hello, PlayStation Nation.
That's right. I didn't quite realise how soon WWE 2K25 is coming out. It's next Friday, which does mean that this is the penultimate episode of BENXT Season 1. What an incredible journey we've been on so far. We've got one BENXT left next Wednesday before we take a little break and then we return with Season 2 once we're ready. But next week, it's going to be, I'm making some preparations. It's going to be a slightly different show. It's going to be a slightly special show. We're going to do a one-off pay-per-view with all of the big matches on it, all of the championships being defended, and that is how we're going to conclude Season 1. But that's next Wednesday. Tonight, it's Friday. Thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate there was a last-minute delay from BENXT's usual slot on Wednesday. I was going to go and see Alter Bridge. That's what I did. I got tickets for £10, and I couldn't really turn that down. It just so happened to be the same night as BENXT, which is very, very rude of them, and I appreciate all of you bearing with me through that. Alter Bridge was fantastic. I had a great time, especially for £10. It was brilliant. But welcome in, everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic week. Haven't seen you since Tuesday. Bloody hell. It's also the release day of Resident Evil 9, which we will be starting next Tuesday. On Monday, we're also starting a brand new adventure on the Pokémon streams. The polls are concluded, and it will be a poison-type trainer playthrough in Pokémon Platinum. So, do come along if you're there. Pippa is here too. There she is. I'm going to pick you up. I got you. She graces us with her presence. She's here for the big show, aren't you? No, she's not asked. There you go. You can go back down there. Excuse me. So welcome in, everybody. Oi, get your tail out of my drink. So this is the final normal, quote-unquote, episode of BENXT for a little while. We will do a special next Wednesday, and then from the Wednesday after that, we're going to spend a few streams playing through the career mode of WWE 2K25, seeing what absolutely bonkers stories arise from that, while in the background, we build up BENXT Season 2, and then we're going to relaunch. We're going to relaunch with all the enthusiasm in the world, with all of our amazing wrestlers and all of the championships and new arenas, potentially a new show if we do Monday Night Babs as well. So it's an exciting BENXT future. I just need you to bear with me while I build it, because it's going to take me a minute to get there. Bootsy10, thank you so much for the resub, by the way. 5 months. Thank you. Been predicting things all week waiting for this. I appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. Also, B. Cantrell, thank you for the resub. 8 months. Thank you, thank you. So, we will get underway momentarily.
Yeah.
And we shall continue.
Hello Ben. Hope you're well my dude. Can't stay as medication for my costochondritis makes me very drowsy in the afternoon, so have some bits and a good show.
Thank you.
We'll catch up in the VOD.
David, thank you so much. Go have a good snooze, and I hope you feel a bit brighter soon. Thank you very much indeed. So, shall we head on over? Shall we have a look at what we're dealing with today? P47 mil. 60 stream streak. Incredible. Not far off 69. Is that the highest stream streak we've got? There were a couple earlier. I'm sorry. I've completely missed them. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go do some wrestling. Are you ready? Good. Doesn't matter if you're not ready. We're going anyway. So I believe last week we concluded an episode of Pip Down, didn't we? The Chevrolet Matisse and Barb Pistotier are vying back and forth for the Pip Down Women's Championship. Barb is currently the champion. Her and her mother, Funky Barbara Pierce, are both world champions on Pip Down. Will that be the case by the time we move on to Season 2? Difficult to say. Difficult to say. A new era of BENXT, which is a good thing, unlike the new era of Paul's WWE. Well, hang on a second. Paul's WWE was pretty good for like 6 months there, okay? So let's not forget that. It is, of course, the Elimination Chamber this Saturday, sorry. I will be watching it on Sunday. So, don't tell me anything that happens, all right? Because I won't know until we get there. So, this means, of course, falling over myself here, we're moving on to BENXT. And let's see what we are offered by the computer and what we should be predicting. To begin with, firstly, Dave Bautista with Triple Flush in his corner, going one-on-one with Neil Buchanan, with Dave Benson-Phillips in his corner. Dick Mychinko goes one-on-one with Brian Butterfield. Kat the Writer goes one-on-one with Dominic Pisterio, with James Jenkins in his corner. Can these two please just be friends again? It's upsetting that they don't like each other anymore. Frank Ham and Nathan Cake collide. And in the main event, Dr. Raynal Hill and Silas the Dogboy take on Ashley Olsen and Mary-Kate Olsen in non-championship tag team action. Now, of course, we do need to get rid of one of these matches because we have an Aldi Red Thunder Championship to defend. So we need to work out what's getting cut, unfortunately. 35 stream streak. Thank you very much, Tori. Really appreciate it. Spoilers for Elimination Chamber. It is not a toilet and there will be wrestling. Damn it! I thought we were going to watch a toilet. Just no one on it. Just a toilet in the middle of an arena for 3 hours. Well, that's my Sunday ruined. Okay, what are we getting rid of then? What's going? Oh, it might be the opening match. Sorry, guys. Psylog 3-stream streak, predicting football matches and wrestling matches. Of course, Jimmy Jenkies doing some football this evening, isn't he? I have reached out and apologised to Jimmy for the overlap. I was like, mate, I've got to go see Alter Bridge. I'm really sorry. I've got no other place to put my stream. And he was the perfect gentleman, as you would expect. Apart from in-universe, where apparently he wants to fight Cat. Terrible. Anyway, we're going to put the Aldi Red Thunder Battle Royal in first. Start the stream off strong. That does, of course, mean that we have to spin a wheel. Don't we? Yes, we do. And also, I have to remind myself who the current champion is. Let's find out. The champion is, of course, it's James. How could I forget? It's James Jenkins, because he eliminated Kat again last week. God, if the wheel calls forth Kat again this week, I swear to God. But we're not doubling up on wrestlers who are elsewhere on the card. That's the rule. That's the rule.
How are you? How was your day? It's Friday night and you know what that means.
I do.
It's BENXT time. Hope you're having an awesome day, my dude.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for the bits. Good evening to you. I've had a good day. Highly productive. I've done about 1,000,001 things, and you can count them. I have the receipts. I also had an energy drink earlier today, and I don't know if you can tell, but I feel a bit caffeinated. So this evening's alcoholic accompaniment is mixed with decaffeinated Pepsi, which is probably for the best. Otherwise, I will not sleep at all. Let's spin the wheel. God, lagged there for a second. Piston Cage. Come on down, eventually. Where are you? There we go. I know it's the wrong stream, but have you logged in to get your 120 free Poke Hourglasses? Oh, you know I have. Immediately cash those bad boys in. Immediately. Spin the wheel again. Third participant will be... Ashley Olsen is wrestling later. That's a respin. Silas the Dogboy is wrestling later. That's a respin. James Jenkins is wrestling. That's a respin. Bad luck on the wheel so far. Triple Flush was wrestling, but he's not now. Triple Flush, you're allowed to come and play. There we go. 16 losses. Oh dear. Wheel spinning again. Dave Benson Phillips was wrestling, was cut. He's allowed in. Next. Goodness me. Streamlabs, hello? I've clicked spin the wheel. There we go. Oh, it's all running a bit slowly today. Fisher Price car fills the penultimate slot, and who gets the final slot? We won't go. Unfortunately, you've got Seth Pissin Rollins. No Les freaking go today. I mean, there he is. He's so tempting, isn't he? World's sexiest man. Les freaking go. It is another member of the Undisputed Era who joins the field. Both he and Pistian will have to fight each other. We won't go in 2K26. Oh, Go will be there in 2K26. Don't you worry about that. That's going to happen. How could he not be? And this is why I need a few weeks off BENXT to be able to construct the roster anew. Of course, I will be encouraging anyone who wants to contribute, members of the roster, to do so, uploading with the tag BENXT on Xbox or PlayStation. Unfortunately, not on PC. I don't think crossplay works there for community creations. There is naturally a caveat that I cannot guarantee that if you make something it will be used. Just know that I really appreciate it and your enthusiasm is incredible. But there will be a period where we need to we got to rebuild from scratch. So, will we get the same go in 2K26 or a new version? I mean, spiritually it will be the same one, but literally it won't be because you can't import, which sucks, given the tools will be largely identical. But it does mean that we can create essentially the same guy, but he is the same guy. So, Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch. Sorry, yes, or Switch. My bad. Or Switch. Okay. Let's get cracking then. What we got there? Benson Boy 98, thank you so much for the resub. 10 months, double digits. I know. Isn't it shocking? We're nearly at an entire year of not just streaming, but also of BENXT. What a milestone. Displaced 80 as well, 10 months in a row. Thank you so much. Evening all, unheard of Friday BENXT no less. What a time to be alive. Les freaking go. Les freaking go. Maybe you can use the same method to create a new Les. What, passing the controller? Absolutely. He might look slightly different, but it's possible. It's how we created gold the first time around, so. Okay, everybody, it is time for our opening match, and it is for the Aldi Red Thunder Championship. Take a photo of my running order there. And a big thanks to the mods on deck this evening. See Lord Brozovic and Mr. Black are in attendance. Thank you so much, guys. Predictions will be live shortly. Wager those there they are. Wager those BENXT bucks and get predicting. I heard the noise, but I don't see the pop-up. Hopefully you guys can. Unless you're on mobile and it's broken still, in which case, fantastic stuff. Really good. What we're going to do, though, while those predictions are happening, is get this show on the road. DBP, there he is. We all ready? Let's begin. Sorry, les begin.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the All-Star Ring Total Championship. Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 228 pounds, A-list,
Dave Benson Phillips, a former Aldi Red Thunder champion in his own right, could notch up a second title reign this evening. If successful, he knows how to win it, but it's a difficult match to win. Na, 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 na. Now, a man who has not really won anything of importance thus far, despite being part of one of the most impressive factions in recent memory, Pistian Cage is not won a championship or indeed a significant match. Representing the Undisputed Era, it is Pistian Cage. And he's got to trade blows tonight with a family friend of his. Family friend, yeah, let's call it that. Seth Pissin Rollins, the former wide champion. Shane Mac 1986, thank you so much for the resub, 9 months. Good evening, Shane. Good evening, everybody else who's just joined. Scarf, Jared, I think I saw Plush Labs, Jennykin in there as well. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, new Pokemon, eh? It looks pretty. I'm not buying a Switch 2 for it. You can clip that and then you can make me look like an idiot when I do. Starter, I've seen some people say the starters, that's not a lie. I've seen one person say, ugh, the starters look horrible. I think they look suitably cute. I have no strong feelings. No strong feelings, quite frankly. Hello, Travelling Badger. Hello, Ben, and the thickness of Palace in town from Orkney tonight, so I'm leaving you in Lord B's capable, predictive hands. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, Travelling Badger. Right, we're listening to a lot of this music now. I think it's time to move on to one of E.E. Tim's close personal friends. And that is, of course, the former BENXT Tag Team Champion, Triple Flush. I think the gecko looks lovely. I've seen people hate the water type. Oh, I think he looks nice. I think he looks polite, you know? Eventually, here he comes. Evolution. Close, though. The Ceramic Assassin, Triple Flush, is here. Excuse me, is here. Has he won an Aldi Red Thunder Championship? I feel like he has. He has! Another former Aldi Red Thunder champion in the field. It has, of course, been held by his tag team partner, Rim Flair, as well. So quite the star-studded field in this one so far. An anonymous gifter gave AM Aranth a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Anonymous. That's really kind. Wet dreams and thick streams, ahoy hoy, welcome to the thickness. There we go, I did it, I remembered. Triple Flush is here, looking to grab himself a second Aldi Red Thunder title. But out next, it's the Phenom himself. He has, for the first time in months, been an Aldi Red Thunder champion who has successfully defended his title. Can he make history and go 3 weeks in a row? It's Jimmy Jenke. He's here. Now, I saw some footage earlier of one of the entrances from one of the wrestlers in WWE 2K26, and they had successfully got the championship under the jacket, like not clipping through, not over the top. We're stepping forwards, everyone. We're getting better, sort of. Jimmy Jenke enters his third Aldi Red Thunder Battle Royal in a row. Can he hold on to the gold? Oh, someone's enjoying it. Yeah! Best friend of former Pip Down Women's Champion, the Chevrolet Matiz. It's the Fisher-Price car. If I remember rightly, let me just consult my spreadsheet here. The Fisher-Price car won the Women's Elimination Chamber, was unsuccessful at WrestleMania, but she's won in big match scenarios before. Can she win her first championship here tonight? And we have one more man to enter the field. And that is Pistian's mate, the scourge of the BENXT wide division. Piss it down! It is, of course, Seth Pissin Rollins. Seth Piston Rollins has been without a championship for approximately 3 weeks, and it looks weird. He needs to get himself another belt. And this is the perfect opportunity, albeit potentially at the cost of his stablemate, Piston Cage. 6-person Aldi Red Thunder Battle Royal commences in Butter Moment. In Butter Moment, which is a specific new type of time measurement invented by Brian Butterfield. It's not quite 60 seconds. It was cheaper to do 75. You'll have to ask him. And we're underway. Usual rules apply. Eliminate people by throwing them over the top rope. Last person standing wins. Seth Piston Rollins' haircuts look like it's... let me say that again, but actually pronounce the words. Seth Piston Rollins' haircut looks like it's from Lord Farquaad. It absolutely does. He was in a match with Shrek the other day, and it was very appropriate. So what's that there? The championship being under the jackets will probably just be for default attires. Probably. I think we all know it's going to be a bit broken. Oh no, it's piss on piss violence there. I think we all know it's going to still be a little bit broken, but hey, it's a positive step, right? That's a positive step. We'll take that. Oh, triple flush. Oh, Seth Piston Rollins clings on. That was nearly an elimination. For Seth Rollins there, Jimmy Jenke scanning the field, looking for who he can eliminate here. He's been riding a huge wave of momentum recently. His stats, I believe, when he was added to the match have swelled to over 80, which is huge compared to where he normally sits, around sort of the low to mid-70s. And that'll put him near the top here in this match in terms of attributes and overalls. And DBP is trying to eliminate Piston Cage in the corner there. The Fisher-Price car went for the elimination on Triple Flush, who fights out of it. And, oh, goodness me, Fisher-Price car clinging on. Triple Flush trying to push her off the apron there. It sort of looks like he's massaging her collarbone. It's a bit weird, not really sure what that's about, to be honest. Piston Cage eats a right hand courtesy of the champion as the Fisher-Price car re-enters the ring. Face first goes Piston at the hands of the champ. Ooh, looked like Seth Piston Rollins was going for the piss stomp there as Triple Flush beheads DBP in the corner. Massive boot from Jimmy Jenke to the helmeted face of the Fisher-Price car, and now Seth Piston Rollins potentially looking for an elimination on the champ, who fights out of it. Oh no, but there's Seth Piston Rollins' mate, Piston Cage, cutting down the champion at the knee, and immediately the Undisputed Era are right back at each other's throats. Don't know if this tactic's going to work particularly well. They should really be fighting alongside each other, and then maybe when they're the last two, they should be fighting one another. Oh, running sit-out powerbomb to Jimmy Jenke there, courtesy of Seth Piston Rollins, who excels in this environment. Still got no eliminations thus far, as DBP sends Rollins into the corner. And now Piston Cage, scoop slam from the beloved 90s kids TV presenter, and look at the power of Jimmy Jenkins just asserting his dominance over the Fisher-Price car as Seth Piston Rollins has nearly got Dave out, and James is going to help. And out goes Dave. Dave is the first elimination. We are down to 5. Oh, and Jimmy Jenke! Oh, God, that would have been it. Triple Flush actually inadvertently saved James Jenkins' title reign there by interrupting Seth Rollins from eliminating him. I think this might be the most dangerous field James has had to face off against thus far, and the Fisher-Price car looking to get rid of Piston, who clings on just about. And James... Oh, no, there goes Piston. Piston was eliminated after all, and James with the German suplex and then a clothesline. And Triple Flush just marching. Oh, Seth Piston Rollins before hanging him out to dry, and James Jenkins is there immediately. 4 entrants remain. Triple Flush, the champion James Jenkins, Fisher-Price car, and Seth Piston Rollins, as James showing some impressive power here. Sit out, spinning powerbomb to Triple Flush. And James, I think, is going to get an elimination here if he can get Triple Flush over that top rope. He's clinging on, and we've got a terrible angle, but he did eliminate him. Triple flush is gone. We are down to 3. James still has a chance of walking out of this as the Aldi Red Thunder champion. Seth Pissin Rollins. Ooh, glancing blow from James Jenkins. Seth Rollins probably the biggest threat to James in this match. So it does make sense. But James is turning his attention to him as the Fisher-Price car starts to get back to her feet. And does so. And James now, sidewalk slam position. Oh, turns it into a backbreaker. And he's not done. Lifts Seth up for a second one. And then throws him off. And the Fisher-Price car waiting. And James needs to be careful because he could be eliminated right here by the Fisher-Price car, who has him up on the apron. This could spell disaster for James Jenkins' title reign. Can he hang on? Fisher-Price car has nearly got him over, but James manages to power out of it. Still 3 in this one. James able to connect the Fisher-Price car before she can connect with him. And look at that. Look at the power of Jenkins. Oh, all the way down. And James has gone to the top rope. Massive splash. And unfortunately for him, Seth Rollins is waiting. And he gets up and he turns around, ducks under that chop, does James Jenkins. And now James looking to go for another elimination potentially. Full head of steam. Big splash. Scoop. And then power slam. And James, oh God, walks right into that. Those strikes from the Fisher-Price car. Oh, and look at that powerbomb. Absolutely effortless from the Fisher-Price car. Oh, and a deep 6 from the Fisher-Price car. James Jenkins is in trouble. James Jenkins is in trouble here. He's just eaten a signature maneuver. He's stunned. And that is the end of James Jenkins' title reign. He has been eliminated. We will have a new champion here tonight. Will it be the Fisher-Price car? Or will it be Seth Pissin Rollins? And as James Jenkins wanders his way to the back, he has to be imagining, was it worth ending my friendship with Kat? And the Fisher-Price car looking to hold her first piece of gold on the BENXT roster. Seth Pissin Rollins is clinging on by a thread. Can he stay in this one? Yes, he can. Just about. Seth Rollins, the Fisher-Price car. Fisher-Price car sends him into the ropes, and a spear! A spear from the Fisher-Price car. Seth Pissin Rollins just got hit by a car. And the Fisher-Price car is not done yet. Seth Pissin Rollins has been hit by a car. And I believe we're going to have ourselves a new champion. Yes, we are. The Fisher-Price car has overcome the obstacles in this match to capture her first piece of gold in BENXT. She threw out the former BENXT wide champion. And now she gets to call herself Aldi Red Thunder champion. I believe for the first time. I'm having a look. And that is true. Fisher-Price car is officially now on the board. And she is the new Aldi Red Thunder champion. James is miffed. Has he just been informed of this over on his stream? That has got to be pretty disappointing for him. But if it's any consolation, he fell to a worthy new champion.
Here is your winner, and new All-Star Ring Congo Champion, the Fisher-Price car.
The Fisher-Price car has captured the gold. Now, of course, as I talked about at the top of this stream, next week's BENXT will be a special one because it is the BENXT Season 1 finale. We will be ending BENXT for a few weeks while we prepare for Season 2. The question is, will the Fisher-Price car still be champion going into Season 2 of BENXT? Because next week's stream will have all of the championships on the line. I've yet to determine whether we're going to be spinning wheels to decide who the challengers are, whether we're going to pull the challengers from whoever is top of their division, or if it's just going to be former champions battling it out to determine who is the true champion. Gollum for every belt in the finale? Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Really funny to me, Fisher Price car is one of the names we can actually get Mike Rome to say. I know, it has Fisher, it has Price, and it has Carr. Doesn't have Rollins, doesn't have Guerrero, even though both of those names are in the game. Very weird. Ed Hoyk, thank you so much for the resub. 10 months. Hey, Ben. And then, chat. How is BENXT going today? It's going great. First match under our belt. And someone's got a new belt. So Jimmy Janke is no longer the Aldi Red Thunder champion. But unfortunately for him, his feud with Kat the writer continues today. But before we get to that, nobody look at the screen. Hang on. Nobody look at the screen. No, hang on. Nobody look at the screen. We've got a bit of a rivalry showing up there. The BENXT men's champion, Dick Mychenko, is in action against Brian Butterfield, 1-on-1. Now, if you wanted to ask Brian about what a butter minute is, now's your opportunity. Gollum gets executed live on stage as the show goes off air. That's it. Unfortunately, we do not have a pyro budget. There will be no fireworks, but we do have a live execution. So you're probably going to want to stick around for that. It's going to be a really disappointing one. He's going to get executed. We're gonna cut off Gollum's head, and it's just going to be a puff of dust because there's nothing to him. Hollow bones, despicable, wretched beast, horrible. Just a dreadful thing, really. Right, it's time for our second match. BENXT Men's World Champion in action in a non-title match against Brian Butterfield. And that's now. Predictions are live.
Drop dead, motherfucker, you fucking amateurs.
Always makes me smile, this music. Always.
Chew on this, fuckhead.
I'm going to toggle the camera, just put the camera back here. Look at this superstar. Look at this world champion. I feel like this camera angle does him way more justice. The immensity of this man and his star power. A song for the whole family. And there he goes. There we are, we're back now. Couldn't remember how to get out of that camera view.
From Pennsylvania, weighing in at 257 pounds, the NXT
BENXT.
champion, Magnum.
Richard Magnum. Weirdly, it doesn't let you choose the name Dick. Cowardly, quite frankly. Rock and roll, motherfuckers. Rock and roll. The champion is in the house. And here comes his opponent.
This was me, Brian Butterfield, 6 months ago before starting my diet.
England, weighing in at 309 pounds, Brian Butler.
But just look at me now.
I've just noticed
Like a new man.
the pinstripes of Brian's trousers are also on his belt. Do we think he drew the pinstripes on himself? I'm guessing yes.
Pizza, birthday pie, pints of cream, pork cylinder, potato grill, artificial bacon, large mac, sandwich casserole, chocolate quail's eggs, garlic pudding, fluffy wrap, hoisin crispy after pillow, bon, quiches Lorraine.
Couches Laura. Brian Butterfield is here and he has stopped doing that, Brian. This is a family stream. And he's ready to go one-on-one with the champion. BENXT. BENXT. Brian's put his suit on, which means he's ready to go. Jessica Carr calls for the bell and, Demo Dick did a little spin there, but walks straight into Brian Butterfield with the delayed vertical suplex. No, Demo Dick slips out the back door and cuts Brian down at the knee. Springboard, Superman form. Oh no, and he's taken out the referee. He has taken out the referee. One thing, and I know there's loads of sliders in this game, I would love to see them perhaps emphasize a little more, is that when the referee does get hit, they stay down for quite a while because they do get up pretty quickly. And the whole point of referees being taken down on the television shows is that they can cheat. You know, the wrestlers can cheat. They can get weapons from under the ring. They can have interference. But the referees, they're made of tough stuff in the game. They get up almost immediately. So, hello YV1. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And Brian Butterfield locking up the champion in a figure 4, and Demo Dick able to reverse it there. A little bit of weird wrestling logic here. This doesn't actually make any sense, but in wrestling lore, if you put someone in a figure 4 leg lock, which is what that is, and then you roll onto your stomach, it apparently reverses the pressure. So the person who's doing the move ends up taking the move. That's not... If you think about that for even 5 seconds, you know that that's not the case. And Brian Butterfield somehow has just hulked up and earned himself a finisher. Are we about to see Brian hit the bomb on the not the Aldi Red Thunder champion, on the BENXT men's champion? Brian carrying around the men's champ like he's a child. And Demo Dick does slip out and drops Brian. Just a kick to the side of the head and another. And then a clothesline drops Brian and another. And he catches the leg, spins around, sweeps the other. Demo Dick on a roll here. He does have his signature now. Into the cover goes Dick Mychinko. Is this enough to put Brian away? It's not. Brian Butterfield still alive in this one. Oh, springboard moonsault from the champ. As he lifts Brian back to his feet. Oh, and Brian with a counter, and Brian's going to go for the bomb here on the BENXT men's champion. Gets all of it. Sits out into that powerbomb, and Brian, I believe, countered the BENXT men's champion when he was going for his finisher, which meant Brian got his finisher, and now he's got a signature. Momentum has absolutely swung in favour of Brian Butterfield here. Kick out at 2. Brian's got a signature. I'm in the way. But that flashing blue bar means that. And I think Demo Dick... Oh, God! He's been hit with the Hoisin Crispy Spear. And that can only mean one thing. Brian Butterfield has got himself another finisher, and he's just manhandling. Oh, and there it is! Absolutely incredible from Brian, just tossing Dick Mychinko around like he's a child. Brian Butterfield has defeated the BENXT men's champion, and it didn't even look hard. And Demo Dick has been given his championship back, but look, his worries are far from over as EE Tim makes his way to the ring, looking to confront the champion on perhaps in the face of one of his worst losses, one of the worst losses for a champion we've ever seen in a non-title match. Brian has clearly been taking his supplements, because that did not even look difficult for him. And I think the intentions have been made clear here. It will be a rematch for the BENXT Men's Championship next week. EE Tim wants his gold back, and Demo Dick, quite frankly, is not proving the doubters wrong here tonight by falling to Brian Butterfield, someone who's not even in the World Championship division, in one of the most lopsided matches we've ever seen a champion in. Incredible. Unfortunately for that outcome at the end there, Brian was not supposed to be involved, because I think he was supposed to lose that match, but Dick lost, and so Dick still had to be there for the face-to-face with EE Tim. So, that's Universe Mode for you. What a win for Brian. That was incredible. Proud of our boy, you know? Proud of our boy. Now up next, Jimmy Jenkins' night is not over, because he has to accompany Dominic Pisterio to the ring. These two, as far as I'm aware, do not know each other, as Dominic Pisterio takes on James's friend, Kat the Writer, who he defeated for the Aldi Red Thunder Championship 2 weeks ago, and then eliminated from the Aldi Red Thunder match last week. The relationship between these two is on thin ice, and James has to behave himself here, or I think the friendship could end forever. Kat the Writer versus Dominic Pisterio 1-on-1 is up next. And by that I mean now. Sleepless Wizard, 3-stream streak. Thank you so... Oh, Kat's already in the ring. Oh, and hang on. What's Jimmy Janky doing out here? Right. Dominic Pisterio is entering to Jimmy Janky's entrance and music. And, interesting. I mean, the subtitles are suggesting that Kat wasn't aware that she was facing Dominic Pisterio, but, I mean, it's pretty obvious to us, at least. I never understand these bits when they do this. It's like we can see who's going to be in the match. Apparently the BENXT universe is shocked. Nobody expected to see Dominic Mysterio here. And we're underway. Cat versus Dominic, and Cat able to... Wow. The incredible technical offense of Cat the Writer. On display. Oh, but a counter from Dominic. And Cat is giving up about 2 feet on Dominic Mysterio, who is deceptively tall. Just got to ignore the haircut. Dominic Mysterio, of course, normally a member of the Undisputed Era alongside Pistian Cage, Piss Jericho, Seth Pissin Rollins, and Piss Stratus. Oh, and a massive slap. And Dominic Mysterio will not take kindly to that as he counters and then sends Cat into the ropes. Oh, and heads his takedown from Dominic Mysterio into the cover. I'd argue, referee, that's a rope break. Cat's foot is obviously under the ropes, but never mind. Dom beckons for Cat to get to her feet, but Cat wisely rolls out, but immediately walks into a right hand. Unfortunately, Poison Rana. Oh, that is a devastating move. Cat's spine compressed off that Poison Rana there. And Dominic Mysterio to the top rope. And Cat has not really been able to get going in this match so far, as Dominic Mysterio, incredible hang time in the air with that missile drop kick into the cover. He goes again. And Dom still in control of Cat. As he... Oh no! Not the fingers! That's how Cat writes. You can't stamp on Cat's writing fingers. Slingshot sent on misses, and now Cat immediately goes for the cover. Trying to take advantage of Dominic Mysterio potentially being winded there, having landed flat on his back. And Cat looking to press the advantage now. Oh, look at that spinning, winding DDT. Sorry, suplex. Impressive stuff from Cat the Writer. Former Aldi Red Thunder champion, of course. I think we've got a cattle mutilation submission here, but unfortunately for Cat, Dom saw exactly what she was going to do and managed to escape that with relative ease. And Cat now in the firing line. Dom's not done. Slingshot, tilt-a-whirl DDT. Impressive stuff from Dirty Dom here. As Cat gets back to her feet, and Dominic Mysterio with a signature maneuver locked and loaded. I think he's trying to get to the top rope, but couldn't quite get there. The slingshot sent on manages to connect this time for Dominic Mysterio. Stamp to the forearm. Oh, Cat able to counter the signature attempt, which of course means that Cat now gets the signature instead. Momentum swinging back the other way. And let's see what Cat can do with this now. Boot to the midsection. Oh, goodness me. An absolutely thunderous DDT to Dominic Mysterio. And that's not quite going to do it, but Cat does have a finishing maneuver. And she is ready to use it, it looks like. Oh, boot to the midsection. Oh, no. And a big uppercut. That paw of Cat the Writer hitting Dominic Mysterio flush on the jaw, and that's going to do it. Cat the Writer has defeated what apparently was a mystery opponent, and directly in front of James Jenkins as well, whose night only gets worse. He lost his championship earlier, and his surprise opponent for his former friend has not paid off for him. Cat successfully beating Dominic Mysterio here tonight on BENXT. Big win for Cat in this rivalry as momentum starts to swing back in her favour. And our night continues. Cat's been training in the Newcastle dungeon, that she has, yes. Okay. Up next, if you'd like, I can introduce Ham. And Ham is going one-on-one with Nathan Cake, who has a new entrance. Remember, we gave him a new entrance after his win last time. Nathan Cake doing his best Obafemi impression momentarily. Who's going to win? Ham or cake? What's the best food? In fact, just let me vote according to what you think is the best food. Ham or cake? That's a sentence, isn't it? That's fine. So, let me just cue up my music here. Alter Bridge was fantastic, thank you. Really good. And they were supported by Daughtry, and I really enjoyed that too. Spent too much on alcohol, but I didn't spend much on tickets, so swings and or roundabouts, not both. You can't have both, that's fucking greedy. Let someone have the roundabouts if you're going to have the swings, okay? I'm tired of having this conversation with you. Nathan Cake, there he is. And Frank Ham found him. Cool. Predictions will be live in just a moment, everybody. Get ready. Wasley, thank you so much for the resub. 7 months. Subscribe. Absolutely. Thank you for resubscribing. I really appreciate it. New episode of Worst Games Ever out on Sunday for patrons of the Worst Games Ever channel. Please be excited. That's a me one. I done the edit on that. So I'm, I think it's sick. I do. Okay. Ham versus Cake is our next match, and that next match is now. Here he is with his normal entrance.
Making his way to the ring from no place in particular, weighing in at 100 pounds, Frank Ham!
So close. Frank Ham is here. Frank Ham of Metropolis Mania fame makes his way to the ring. He won his last match, didn't he? And it looked like he was about to kill the referee, who ran away, which is the right move. Has he worked out how to get into the ring yet? No, he has not. Hey, there's always next time, Frank. He's pointing at us. Why is he pointing at us? No. He's climbing in. And he's rolling. He's done it. Frank is officially in the ring. Congratulations. Let's see Nathan Femi, please. It's time for Nathan Femi. I don't know what's going on with his gold entrance video. That's a bit bugged, I think.
And his opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 309 pounds.
Nathan, here he comes. Nathan Cake is here. He marches to war slowly. Very slowly. He's getting there. He's nearly there. Both of these men have seen and tasted success in recent weeks. And now their biggest test awaits them. Can they defeat the other? Can Nathan Cake defeat the robotic Frank Ham? And can Frank Ham overcome the sheer, beautiful mass that is Nathan Cake? BENXT. Cake shaking off the cobwebs. Frank Ham ready. The bell is rung, and both men miss each other immediately. Oh, it's Frank with the repeated right hands. Side Russian leg sweep from Frank Ham drops Nathan Cake. First blood to Ham. Ham now. Oh, stamping on the treasure hunting fingers of Nathan Cake. How on earth will he be able to take sacred artifacts that are significant to different cultures and put them in his house, in his home, huh? How's he going to do that now? Big crossbody from Nathan Cake to Frank Ham. And now, axe kick to the lower back of Ham. And Nathan Cake setting up for something here as he lifts Ham up onto his shoulder and then hangs him out to dry on the top rope. Boot to the midsection. Cake again, this time going, what was that, a leg drop to the wrist of Frank Ham? Nathan Cake full head of steam. Double elbow across the bridge of the nose of Frank Ham. And now Nathan Cake to the top rope. That's an awful long way for Can Cake fly? Cake really can fly. That was absolutely incredible. I would like to see it again, please. Please, please, please. Show me again. I want to see it again. Yeah. There he goes. Okay, right. Let's get right in there. I'm trying to work out how to... R2 is forwards. Oh, that's a bit too forwards. I want to see him. I want to see him soar. Okay. I'm good with that. How do I bring up the trim menu? There we are. And we want to go... Okay. Right. We still haven't quite got the right camera here, but he is beautiful, isn't he? I love that. That's really good. Big fan of that. Oh, we've gone through the ring. Can we get... Oh, God. The controls are so counterintuitive. Okay. Right, so if I... There is literally no wrong camera. I mean, you are correct. I just want to... Oh, my God. If I press... This sounds weird, but if I press down, it physically goes down. I want it to go back. But I have to press a shoulder button for that. I just want to get him soaring. I can't quite get enough, you know? Sorry. I'm just amusing myself, really, but I'm having a great time. Right, and now we go to the trim menu. Okay. No, that was fast forward. That's meant to be like... Is this frame by frame? Here he goes. I mean, I think that's perfect. I'm glad we took the time to look at that. Okay. Nathan Torpedo Cake. Okay, he did it anyway. Is that going to be enough? Not quite, no. Unbelievable. That should be his finishing maneuver, quite frankly, because it was gorgeous. He must have leapt about 10 feet there. Incredible. Incredible. But Frank Ham, though, with the counter. And Ham in control. Both men working their way towards their signature maneuver. Both blue bars are getting there slowly. Slowly but surely. Ham slamming the elbow of Cake into the canvas and then dropping an elbow of his own. And now Ham feeling pretty confident that he can pull off some sort of magical maneuver here. Let's see what it is. Grabs a hold. Sends Cake to the other corner and just slowly walks over. And then throws him. Springboard. Wow, look at that. Decides to let him go immediately, though. Not really sure what the purpose of that was, but we did see that Frank Ham struggled to actually get in the ring in the first place. And a big boot sends Nathan Cake to the outside. Ham now is going to show how much he can fly. He points to the wrong person. I think he's remembered now who he needs to attack, and look at that. Missile dropkick to the outside. Ham boot to the hamstring of Nathan Cake. And drives him spine first onto those pads there at ringside. Oh, look at that. And Nathan Cake has been absolutely planted there, and I don't really know what's happened because Nathan Cake's signature bar is just gone. I don't know if he tried to use a signature and Frank Ham countered, but things are not looking good for Nathan Cake. And it looks like Ham might take a count-out victory. We're up to a count of 7 now. Jessica Carr calling for Nathan Cake to return to the ring. And he's going to do so, but Frank Ham does have a finisher. Uh-oh! And I think Nathan Cake's about to... Oh, get hammed! Nathan Cake has been hammed. And I think Jessica Carr might want to get out of there because that's going to be a victory for Frank. Oh, poor Nathan. He flew through the air like a majestic bird. But at what cost? Hopefully it's one of the highlights. Let's see if we get to see it. Oh yes, we are seeing it again. Here he goes. That was a good angle too. They knew how important that one was. Unfortunately though, for Nathan, most of the action here that resulted in the end of this match happened out here. I think this is Frank Ham's signature maneuver. That side effect there. And then Nathan Cake rolled back in and immediately got hammed. And once again, Jessica Carr, you may want to leave the ring now, because Frank Ham is programmed with murderous intent. And try as she might to raise his hand, he only sees that as an act of aggression. And so, yeah, Jess is going to get out of there, and Frank Ham, fortunately for her, cannot work out how to leave the ring. So he's going to stand there, raise his own hand, and a big victory for Frank here, who continues to roll on BENXT. But is his place on the BENXT Season 2 roster guaranteed? That's the question. For a lot of the people wrestling tonight, they're going to want to be putting on the best show possible, because if they disappoint, the members of management might not renew their contracts for Season 2. A lot riding on the performances of tonight. An awful lot. A little bit inhumane, a little bit cruel potentially, but hopefully we get some good performances out of them. Main event time. Ashley Olsen, the spookiest one, the one on the right, has systematically been demolishing the BENXT Tag Team Champions, the Dark Picture Pals, for the last 3 weeks. She has defeated both of them in singles competition as the Olsen twins march their way towards a Tag Team Championship opportunity. Tonight, they finally get an opportunity at the Champions, but the championship is not on the line. So it will be the Dark Picture Pals versus the Olsen twins, 2-on-2 in the main event of BENXT. Who's walking out tonight with their hands held high? No, their heads held high, their hands raised. Predictions will be live in a second. We're going to crack on with the entrances, though. And we've got some music to play. So let us all, together as a family, rock out. Oh no, hang on a second. There'll be no rocking out, because it appears this thing is getting underway with a brawl. I don't know if this match will be official. Let's listen out. Let's listen carefully, because we don't want this match to be thrown out here. Jessica Carr doing her best to separate the Dark Picture Pals from the Olsen twins, and people are taking their positions in the ring, so this could be... I think we're good. The bell rings and we are underway, and it's the scourge of the Dark Picture Pals, Ashley Olsen, who immediately goes after Dr. Anil Hill, who starts this matchup for the tag champs. And Ashley's in a fortunate position here this evening in that she's not going at it alone. She has her haunting twin sister, Mary-Kate, with her. But are the Olsen twins more proficient in tag team wrestling than the current champions? While she may have defeated them both individually, can she and her sister defeat them in tag team action? That's what we're going to find out here tonight. Oh no, that is a bad miss. That is a bad miss indeed. I don't know if Twitch have updated their auto censor thing, but I'm getting all sorts of very innocent messages being censored this evening, which is weird. Oh, and that's a bit of a miscommunication there. Ashley Olsen going for the drop kick. Oh, and she rolls up Silas the Dog Boy. Gets a hold of those massive legs, but it's not even a 1 count. Springboard 450. Incredible athleticism from Ashley Olsen as she picks up Silas the Dog Boy. Oh, and brings him in for a spinning neck breaker. Ashley Olsen, I suppose questions might have to be asked, really, if the tag team division is the right place for her, or whether she might have more success as a singles competitor, because she has been so impressive, not just in this match over the last couple of minutes, but also in general. And Silas the Dog Boy has trapped Jessica Carr in the corner there. It's payback for her always getting in the way of the camera, I suppose. And Mary-Kate, the legal Olsen twin in this match currently. And it appears we're going to see another tag here. In comes Ashley Olsen. Silas the Dog Boy. Oh, assisted neckbreaker, spinebuster combo from the Olsen twins. And you saw that Dr. Anil Hill was calling for the tag, and Ashley Olsen cut off Silas the Dog Boy. Rolling across the big canine, who manages to get a paw up, and that connects with Ashley Olsen. Oh, and Ashley rolls out of the way. Again, Ashley Olsen has been brilliant. Sit down neck breaker, not neck breaker, jaw breaker, sorry. And you see the size of Silas the Dog Boy there climbing over the top rope and Ashley just looking up in awe. But it's not enough to save him from another tag, and Silas the Dog Boy is taking even more offense here. Uh-oh, Muscle Buster position. How is Ashley Olsen holding him up? Oh, Muscle Buster followed up by... Oh, a coup de grace. My God. These two are on fire. And now Silas able to dive and make the tag. Dr. Hill is legal. Takes down Mary-Kate. Ashley Olsen has earned herself a signature, but she is on the outside there, unfortunately blocking the camera. Big boot from Dr. Hill. And we've not seen nearly as much of Mary-Kate in the past few weeks as we have of Ashley. So we do have to wonder if perhaps this is a cruel term, but if Mary-Kate is the weak link in the team here, and maybe the Dark Picture pals know that, and that's why they're choosing to target her over her horrifying demonic sister. Regardless, a tag has been made, and Ashley Olsen is legal once more. Double elbow. Oh, and then something ridiculous here. Shooting star press and a fist drop. Oh, and a leaping knee strike. Oh my God, and then a poison rana as well. That is Ashley Olsen's signature maneuver. Into the cover. Not quite. Silas the Dog Boy does come in to try and break it up. Once again, the rules of the tag matches here does mean that Silas now has a red X above his name. He is not able to interfere until he is now tagged. Oh my God. Step up on the back. Curb stomp. Is that going to be a victory for the Olsen twins over the champions? No. Not quite. Ashley Olsen cannot believe it. But it is true, and the crowd is going wild for tag team wrestling. As Dr. Hill now, something seems to have been awoken inside of him. And he is getting violent. Oh, and Silas the Dog Boy with a cheap shot. I think Dr. Hill's intention there was to make a tag, but Silas's interruption means that Dr. Hill is still stranded in this match on his own. Until Dr. Hill sees fit to make a tag. Oh! And there is that tag. Silas the Dog Boy legal once more, and Ashley Olsen is down. First time we've seen her in a sort of compromised position for a few weeks now. She's been looking so strong. And another tag made. Dr. Hill back in. A bit of tag team offense here we're going to see now. Oh, and they're just beating her down. Referee not doing anything about it, apart from blocking the camera. Dr. Hill continues to take it to Ashley Olsen. Oh, my goodness me. And we still can't see anything. I wish Jessica Carr would move into the cover. Oh my God. And I think Jessica Carr actually broke that pin up herself because she just slapped Dr. Hill in the forearm. And one half the tag champs there, legal in the ring, does have a signature maneuver, but Ashley Olsen able to slip out. Oh! And Dr. Hill sacrificed some of that signature bar to leap back to his feet early, but unfortunately for him it hasn't worked. And Ashley Olsen spinning European uppercut. Drops one half of the champs. Tag made. In comes Mary-Kate. What a tag team match we are seeing between these two parties. The champions, the number one contenders. And now Dr. Hill sent into the ropes. Back elbow from Mary-Kate. And let's see what Mary-Kate can do. Oh no, that was pretty embarrassing. Dr. Hill was basically in a different postcode by the time she was in the air. And a combination strikes from the tag champ, who once again tags in his big monster dog friend. Dr. Hill safely watching on the outside. Mary-Kate slips out, but unfortunately... Oh, it's Silas the Dog Boy who sends her spiraling across the ring. And Mary-Kate is doing something we couldn't see because Silas was in the way. I think we're about to see a tag. Maybe some tag team offense. We are. And this could be a tag team finisher. I don't think it is. Oh, hang on. What are we doing here? Double electric chair position. Oh, my goodness me. That was a double tag team finisher. Into the cover goes Ashley Olsen. Dr. Hill will come in to break it up straight away. Dr. Hill's looking the wrong way. Oh, Dr. Hill is very lucky that that wasn't enough. Instead of breaking up the pin, he decided to go after Mary-Kate instead. That nearly cost his team the win. And now Silas the Dog Boy is once again stuck in here with Ashley Olsen, although Silas with the counter. And he's calling for something now. Ashley getting back to her feet. Counter from Ashley Olsen. Ashley springboard moonsault takes down the Dog Boy. And of course, because Dr. Hill came into the ring, he is now not able to interfere. Got that red X above his head, so Silas is officially locked in there with the Demon Child. Oh my God, Ashley Olsen is incredible, but Silas the Dog Boy takes her by surprise. Roll up pin attempt. Jessica Carr takes about 6 hours to get into position. Didn't work. And now Silas the Dog Boy, both arms locked. Oh my God. The forearms raining down on the back of the head of Ashley Olsen, who does have a signature maneuver. If she's able to hit this, it'll be over. But it looks like a tag's about to be made. Oh, counter from Ashley. Silas still stuck in here. Counter from Ashley. Silas the Dog Boy, best be careful. Ashley Olsen spinning, twisting neck breaker again. Ashley, interesting choice, deciding to make a tag. Not really sure why she's done that. She's got a signature and a finisher. Knee drop right across the snoot of Silas the Dog Boy. Oh, choke slam to Mary-Kate. And that talk of the weak link is coming back into play here as a tag's made. Dr. Hill legal again. And she's... Oh! Face first goes Mary-Kate. Ashley has no choice but to come in and break this up. And now Mary-Kate is in there all on her own. Ashley has that red cross above her head. And I think we know what's about to happen now. Dr. Hill looking to tap out Mary-Kate. She's got nowhere to go. Is she going to tap? She's not. Somehow able to escape. Impressive. I really did think that would be it there for a second. Dr. Hill does have a second finisher, though. And he's just going to go for it again. Right in front of Ashley Olsen, who I think he knows if Ashley Olsen was allowed to run wild in this match, they probably would have had the win. And that is a tap-out victory for the Dark Picture Pals. A very game attempt here by the number one contenders, but unfortunately, Mary-Kate could not withstand the repeated submission offense there in the deep water of this match from Dr. Raynal Hill. And your winners are the BENXT Tag Team Champions, the Dark Picture Pals.
Do I have time, or is it too late?
It was a hell of a match, though. And it's precisely what we've come to expect from the upper echelons of the BENXT Tag Team division. Oh, it should have been over there, quite frankly, but Dr. Hill still had enough in him to kick out. And I think the conversation will absolutely be renewed that maybe Ashley Olsen should go solo, because this was the Ashley Olsen show once again, as it has been for the last few weeks. That's it. I said what I said. Mary-Kate had no choice. Ashley Olsen had already come in to break up one pin attempt, and all she could do was watch on as her twin tapped out. Oh, I still scared. I knew it was coming. It still scared me. Big win for the tag champs. And a fantastic and suitable main event match for this episode of BENXT. So Richard 420, 7 stream streak. Thank you so much. Let's go, Dark Pick Bros. Also, Ben is best. How dare you? I'm not the best. I'm all right. And I won't hear anything else. Thank you so much. Is this why you were shouting anal on James's stream earlier? Possibly. Sometimes I just call James up and just yell anal at him. So he's got a lot of recordings. I'll record a voice note for him and I'll just go anal. He can do with that as he wishes. Hell yeah, I love watching a grown man and his monster dog beat children. They're not children, they're demons, okay? We've established that. There's no soul in those eyes. Not at all. Not at all. Now, of course, that means we are moving on to an episode of Pip Down. Let's see what the computer is going to give us, and we will be sacrificing a match to make room for the weekly Little Kong Strong Tables match. Okay. Alright, we've got the Pip Down Tag Team Champions. We've gone from the BENXT Tag Champs to the Pip Down Tag Champs. Judas and Duronk, Los Pokehemanas, go 2-on-2 against the number one contenders, PIS Stratus and PIS Jericho. In tag team action, non-title match of course. Funky Barbara PIS, the Pip Down Men's, the undisputed Pip Down Men's champion, goes 1-on-1 with Danny DeVito. The Vent Pervert goes 1-on-1 with Jack and Nism. Bonklin and Jill Sandwich collide, and in the main event, the Chevrolet Matisse must once again team with Barb Pistot to take on the makeshift team of Sparkles and Mona Wanks. Now, we did this last week, and I think the intent was that Barb and the Matisse were going to fall out with each other and then lose, but they ended up winning. So I don't know if the computer is just doing it again. So we'll probably cut that match, because we've watched this already. We've seen them do this. I'm sorry, I know. Mona's here. We never get to see Mona, I know. Hopefully she gets called forth by the wheel, yeah? Hopefully she gets called forth by the wheel. Afternoon, Ben. I've just got back from the mall and bought Resident Evil Requiem for PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, you got both? Can I ask why you've got both? No judgment, of course. I'm just curious. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait to play it. I really can't. And I won't be touching it until next Tuesday when I stream it. So, if you're interested in seeing it, you're interested in seeing me play it, come along and hang out. I hope you had a lovely time at the mall. Sounds like a great afternoon. Tables match. 5-way. Championship on the line. Sorry, guys. You're getting cut. And who is the champ? He always forgets every time. Oh, it's Pippa. Pippa won it last week, didn't she? She made a long-awaited return and she grabbed gold. Can she retain it? That's the question. It's wheel time. Here we go. Who's challenging? Peter Austin. It always just goes past Ben Potter. That's curious. I don't know what that's about. Very strange. Really, really bizarre. How odd. Never me. I mean, not me. Legally not me. What? No. No manager. Confirm. There we are. Let's spin again. Sergeant Pacitti. We haven't seen him for a minute. Of Adam's family, Sergeant Pacitti. The wheel has called him. He will challenge. Next out. Oh my god. Look out, everybody. Big bad biker Barbara has been called by the wheel. We have one slot remaining. Who will it be? Let's spin. It's Carla. Lol. Carla is the final entrant. And there we go. Pippa the Cat's got some stiff competition this evening, hasn't she? She will defend her Little Kong Strong Championship against Peter Austin, Biker Barbara PIS. The rivalry continues seemingly between these two. They can't stay away from each other. Sergeant Pacitti and Carla. That is our main event. Got a few matches before we get there. We're opening with tag team action with the Pip Down Tag Champs in action against PIS Stratus and PIS Jericho, representing the undisputed era. Predictions will be live in a second. Get those BENXT bucks nice and warmed up. Get them ready. Bum. 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 Here we go, everybody. And we're away. Oh no, we've just seen this exact thing. And they simply cannot wait to get a hold of each other. Former BENXT Pit Down men's champion Piss Jericho there, taking it to Duronk. Judas struck by Piss Stratus, and there's Duronk groggily making her way up onto the apron. This match is official. And we're underway. Judas and Piss Stratus starting things for their respective teams. A win for the Undisputed Era here would catapult them up in the momentum stakes here. But obviously, the Pit Down Tag Champs are going to want to win here as Judas just going back and forth on the apron. Duronk with those big rock. Wow, it's getting really loud in here. Loads of boos. The crowd has come alive for this one. Duronk. Oh my goodness me. She practically went through the ring. Piss Stratus able to get out of the way. Boot to the sternum of one half of the Pit Down Tag Champs. And now, Piss Stratus sends Duronk into enemy territory. Tag made. In comes the former Pit Down men's champion, Piss Jericho. Duronk sent for a ride. Jericho now legal. Still reeling, one would have to imagine, after losing his championship to Funky Barbara a number of weeks ago. Senton off the ropes. And Piss Jericho chops, strikes. Duronk blocks the third attack. Rolls through, locks up the legs. There's a pin, but it's obviously that's a rope break. I'm not really sure why. Piss Jericho's feet obviously touching the ropes. Referee didn't see it. Jericho gets out, chops down. Duronk at the knee. And Jericho, big clothesline, drops Duronk. Hey, speaking of Pokemon, I'm very excited to start a new Pokemon adventure next Monday. We're playing Pokemon Platinum. And the caveat is, whoa, the hang time on that we will be a poison-type trainer. We can only use poison-type Pokemon. Now, based on my research, that does mean we will basically be using Zubats for a little while. But that's half the fun, baby. We will also be dropping the rule of only catching one Pokemon in an area. Of course, we will now only be catching poison Pokemon where applicable in an area. And the soft Nuzlocke rule is still in effect in that there are no deaths. So that's going to be starting on Monday, 11 AM. Do come along. I'm very excited. Never played Pokemon Platinum before. Back to the wrestling action here. Here's Jericho. That's a piss breaker there. Delivers that flush to Duronk, and in comes Judas to break that up. But Piss Jericho now. He's got that devastating piss elbow, and if he can hit this, then it's all over, I think, for Los Pokémonas very quickly indeed. Oh, into the walls of Pissico. The walls of Pissico. Is Duronk going to tap out? This would be devastating for the Pit Down Tag Champs. Piss Jericho lets go of the hold. Tag made, and Duronk is in a bad way. Is in a really bad way here. And in comes Piss Stratus to pick up the scraps, really. Elbow drop. Again delivered to that injured midsection and back of Duronk. Slammed face first. Rolling neck snap appeared to have been blocked there. And up onto the shoulders goes Piss Stratus. Oh! Drop down and then an elbow to the back. And Duronk continuing the offense there. Cheska, thank you so much for the 15 stream streak. Really appreciate it. Unfortunately for Duronk, she has been able to make a tag. Judas flies across the ring. It'd be great to see some Judas versus Piss Jericho action here. Considering Piss Jericho, I believe, wrote a song all about Judas. That's right. Oh, counter. Piss Stratus, immense strength in the air, catching Judas and powerbombing her. And tag made. In comes Piss Jericho once again. Judas. Judas flies, but perhaps not in the way that she is used to. Submission expert PIS Jericho going to work on the leg of Judas, who is definitely the fresher half of the pip-down tag champs in this match. I think the biggest mistake that Judas could make here would be to tag DeRonk back in, because one big move and it's over. Judas. Oh no! Referee taken down. PIS Jericho cuts off that attempted tag, but Judas manages to leap up and take down PIS Jericho, who rolls to the outside. Jericho back in, and Judas, I don't know what she was doing. Jericho was very polite to let her finish, and the roll up here. And counter, Judas rolls through. PIS Jericho pushes her off. This match will continue. Judas now snaps suplex. PIS Jericho being lifted back to his feet by one half of the tag champs, and Judas ducks under DDT. And PIS Jericho had no way to protect himself there, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I really do believe this is a mistake. Jericho has a finisher. Locked and loaded, and he's hit it. Jericho with that PIS elbow into the cover, and Judas is going to have to come straight back in and break it up. And Judas now stuck on the outside, unable to interfere, and DeRonk is utterly at the mercy of PIS Jericho. And if PIS Jericho makes a tag, then PIS Stratus will come in with a signature. Right hand from Jericho, sweeps the legs. And Jericho just punishing Judas here. Right in the face, of Judas, who takes an opportunistic strike there. Oh, Judas watches on as, knee strike from DeRonk. And you know what? Maybe DeRonk's still got a bit of fight left in her. As PIS Jericho lifted back to his feet, sent into the corner. Counter from Jericho. Jericho drops DeRonk once again. It's not looking good for the pit-down tag champs here. Sent into the corner is DeRonk. Tag made. Here comes PIS Stratus. This could be the beginning of the end. Stratus has a signature, locked and loaded. DeRonk sent for a ride. PIS Stratus. We know she can do that PIS kick. We'll see if she's maybe setting up for that. Counter from DeRonk, though. Big strike, and then DeRonk. Repeated knee strikes in the corner. Oh. And PIS Stratus powering out now. And what is Stratus doing? That is a costly mistake there. She's too busy taunting in the corner. Tag made by DeRonk. Fortunately for her, though, Judas absolutely screws up that drop kick. And Stratus is only too happy just to keep going to work here. She's got a signature and she's got a finisher, but Judas has countered one of the signatures there, and manages to find PIS Stratus with that head scissors takedown. Judas drags Stratus into the center of the ring, stalking. Tag made, in comes PIS Jericho, who walks straight into a dropkick, and actually things might be starting to go the way of Los Pokehamanas. Perhaps the tag champs could get this done after all. Judas, counter from... Oh no, that is an absolutely costly mistake there. Jericho sent Judas into the referee, and then that springboard dropkick takes down the referee. Double shoulder tackle. I don't even know if that tag was legal there. No, he's calling for it now. Apparently he saw it out the corner of his eye. DeRonk rolls through, snaps the neck there. And then a springboard moonsault as well. DeRonk has a signature and a finisher. And she's gingerly walking over to make the tag, which she does. PIS Jericho gets to his feet just in time. Don't know what he's doing. Really don't. That was absolutely disastrous there from PIS Jericho. I have no idea what he was thinking. He just watched that happen. He just walked around and got absolutely clobbered by it. Judas, boot to the spine. Oh, went for the shooting star splash, but Jericho got his knees up. Ducks under, does Jericho, and then just takes down Judas. And Jericho's got a signature and a finisher now. All of them really have big moves ready to go. Electric chair drop. And Jericho will plod over, and tag in. Oh my goodness me. PIS Stratus who walks straight into that. And Jude kick out at nothing. God, PIS Stratus still absolutely alive in this one. Judas walks Stratus over to the rope. Stratus able to power out. Elbows to the midsection of Judas as PIS Stratus now ducks under. Spinebuster. Pippa, what are you doing here? You should be preparing for your match later. Come on. Pay attention here. Tag made. This could be a tag team finisher. It could just be a normal tag moves. Looks like it was. Oh, and a leaping tag made, but fortunately for Jericho, it's the far less threat. Oh no, I think they were both going for their finishers there. It's Jericho who's able to react first though, and there's the PIS breaker. Judas is down in the ring. Judas is down in the ring and is just going to watch while this happens. Not quite. God, that was close, wasn't it? Where have you gone, Pippa? She was right here. I got distracted. The action was thick and fast. Clothesline from Jericho. Back elbow. Sends Duronk tumbling to the floor. Duronk lifted back to her feet. Jericho just combination strikes. Hi, Pippa. Hi. Oh, what's happening? Something's happening. No. Counter from Duronk, who I think is going to make a tag. Maybe. Jericho's rolling to the outside at least. You need to watch the show, Pippa. It's yours. It's your show. You have naming rights. Jericho sent into enemy territory as a tag can be made. Tag's made. This might be a tag team finisher. Jericho might be on the receiving end here, and he is. Judas into the cover. PIS Stratus in to break it up, and now PIS Stratus is in tag team prison. She's not allowed to come in. And Jericho, at the full mercy of Judas here. Rolling neck snap. Pippa, do you want to pick where you want to be, please? Judas calling for Jericho to get back to his feet. Springboard, head scissors, takedown. Hurricane Rana there from Judas. Jericho sent into the ropes. Oh my goodness me. And that has absolutely clobbered him. And I think from the jaws of defeat, the tag team champions have defeated a very, very game Undisputed Era. And I think questions have to be asked back in the Undisputed Era locker room. Do they have their own one? I'm going to say yes. Clubhouse, as to what just went wrong there. Because quite frankly, this match should have been over about 10 minutes ago. And it should have been over in the Undisputed Era's favour. It was all Jericho, all the way. And still, they couldn't get the job done. The Pip Down Tag Champs, Los Poki Hermanas, successful in this opening bout on Pip Down. Big win for the Tag Champs. And a very, very hard fought one at that. They should be proud of themselves tonight. They bloody did it. The crowd boos, but I think deep down, they respect one another. Greatest of all time tag match there, apparently. Huge. What a way to kick off Pip Down. I'm glad you're enjoying Resi 9. Very excited to play it. Obviously, I know you're not going to do it. No spoilers in the chat, please, from anybody. That's just a blanket statement. That's not singling anyone out in particular. I'm excited to hear that you're enjoying it, though. Because there's a very good chance that I will enjoy it, too. Next Tuesday, 4 p.m. That's when we're going to start it on this channel. Get reunited with Leon and his beautiful floppy hair. Fantastic. Fantastic. Up next, the undisputed Pip Down men's champion Funky Barbara PIS goes one-on-one with Danny DeVito. That'll be an interesting one. Let's see if Funky Barbara's role can continue. The PIS girls are on top of the mountain here on Pip Down. The PIS dynasty in full effect. They are strong, they are stable, they are both world champions. Who is going to come out on top in this one, though? Funky Barbara versus Danny DeVito. If I can find my music, that'd be great. I've got it. Predictions are now live. Champ versus Trash Man. Next. Next. Press the button too early. It's fine. Funky Barbara PIS is the undisputed men's pip-down champion. Nobody's stepped to her yet. Next week, of course, on BENXT End of the Road, the season finale for BENXT Season 1, all of the titles will be on the line. It'll be interesting to see who will be walking into Season 2 as champ. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing at all. So this could be the last hurrah for Funky Barbara, quite frankly. The Trash Man. Here he comes. Pippa is wagging her tail. Yeah, I'm talking to you. She's wagging her tail like crazy. I know there's a headphone wire there. I'm trying to keep it away from you. You keep whipping your tail around like that. Of course it's going to get tangled in it. Stop it. Give me attention. Give me attention. Not like that. Not like that. Bloody cats, eh? Bloody cats. Funky Barbara. Now all the hair's up my nose. The pip-down men's champion. Running neckbreaker finds its mark to start this match off. Danny DeVito, wild swing, misses. Barbara able to get in there first. Ducks down, does Barbara. This time she scoops him up. Oh, Danny slides out the back. And a shoulder tackle drops the champion. My goodness me. And then a splash for good measure. Danny. Oh, going to work on the leg. You know what, Pippa, you could leave if you want. I'm sorry to actively encourage you to leave, but you're kind of doing my head in here. And slightly delayed. So you need to fucking stop with that tail as well. She's just whacking my headphone wire so the thing nearly comes out my ears. There has been a pip down. I don't really feel like she deserves it, quite frankly. You should be getting ready for your title match later on. Oh, there we go. Oh, power slam from the Trash Man. And now the power of Danny DeVito on full display here. And down goes Barbara. Not a problem at all, Paul. I'll catch you soon. Thank you for stopping in. Danny now going to the top rope. He calls for Barbara to get back to her feet. Double axe handle finds its mark and down goes the champion. Trash Man with a claw on the shoulder of Funky Barbara, who powers out, sweeps the leg in anger. And now she decides to go to work on the arm of her opponent. Only a 1 count off the pin there. Bit optimistic. Bye, Pippa. Oh no, you'll be missed. It was really fun having you here. Just exfoliating your hair into my face and wagging your tail. Go defend your title, you naughty little creature. Ugh. Funky Barbara asserting her dominance now over Danny DeVito, and a big splash off the rope. And into the cover. Referee there, count of 1. Strong kick out from Danny DeVito. Barbara looks a little bit surprised by that, quite frankly. Punch caught by Danny DeVito. And Danny now with Funky Barbara on his shoulders. Lifts her up and just drops her there. And Danny's hooked up and he's earned himself a finisher. Again, I'm not really sure what that power of it is. It's kind of fucked up that he can do that, and he gets it. Finisher successfully executed on Funky Barbara. Is he going to pin the world champion here on Pip Down? No. Not quite. Barbara's still alive in this one. She rolls to the rope there to help pull herself back to her feet. And I don't know why Danny didn't connect with that. It wasn't very fair. And it's Barbara who's able to, oh God, just hoist Danny DeVito up and dump him to the outside. Funky Barbara slamming the knee of Danny DeVito into the thin matte padding there on the outside. Of course, it's just concrete under there. It's not a nice thing to land on at all. Counter from Danny sends Funky Barbara into the steps. Barbara sent into the steps again by Danny DeVito. Danny came into this match with a game plan. You can't fault him for that. Up to the top rope. Barbara is down. She's getting back to her feet, but I don't think she's going to like the view. My goodness me, Danny DeVito like a missile. That shoulder tackle finding its mark, and now Danny is growing in confidence in this match. Counter 2 now from the referee. You need to start thinking about getting back into the ring soon. And Danny sends Barbara on the outside. And it looked like Barbara was trying to make her way back into the ring, and Danny decided no, sends her spine first into the ring apron. And I tell you what, Danny's doing exceptionally well in this match. Count of 6. Funky Barbara back in and walks straight into the waiting arms of Danny DeVito, who sends her into the corner. And now wrenching on the arm of Danny. Barbara, though, with the counter, elbow to the face of Danny DeVito. Rabbit punch. And then a big overhand forearm strike and another, and a double axe handle. And another, and finally Danny's down. What is this Danny DeVito made of? Knee strike to the temple of Danny DeVito. Going to work on the leg now is Funky Barbara, who is slowly building her way towards her signature. Very close now. And with that elbow drop, she's there. And I think we know what's going to come next. If she can get Danny DeVito into a corner, it could be the beginning of the end. Unfortunately, she goes for the furthest one. She does get there, though. And I think it's time to jinkle some jams, everybody. Jinkle jam. Jinkle jam. Danny DeVito, I hope you have insurance. Oh, my God. That's it. Absolutely demolishes him there. Kicks him right in the knackers. And she's still not done. Up goes Danny. Down goes Danny. Barbara PIS. Finishing maneuver in tow. Danny picked up. Sidewalk slam from Funky Barbara. She's got a finisher. She could finish this match now, but she's for some reason prolonging this. I'm not really sure why. What's she going to do here? Oh, just use the ropes for leverage to drive some knees into the ribcage of Danny DeVito. It's a way to spend an afternoon, isn't it? And then a fall-away slam too. Danny right in the middle of that ring, and I think we might be about to see the Piss Warm Stunner here. It's won her championships in the past, and there it is. Danny DeVito, Piss Warm Stunner, and Funky Barbara, your Pit Down undisputed men's champion, continues her strong reign. I've played the wrong music, ignore me. There's just so many different Barbara themes. Here we go. It's Barbara PIS who walks out with a victory here. Over, again, some very game opposition. We've had very few matches so far this stream where it's been a bit of a one-sided affair. Funky Babs will walk into BENXT End of the Road next week. The Season 1 finale as champion. But will she still be champion in Season 2? Can she walk out of that event as the champion? And here it was, the Piss Warm Stunner. Fantastic.
Here is your winner, Funky
Funky Barbara PIS has really been a breath of fresh air over the course of WWE 2K25. It's been nice to see a completely different design for Barbara. The sort of 80s pastels have been inspired, and I for one, have enjoyed her work. We will see her again in Season 2. But of course, we will have a new Barbara that we'll be creating in the first episode, or the first stream in WWE 2K26. And that is the Barbara that we will play through the career mode with. So join me in 2 weeks' time for the WWE 2K26 My Rise, which is the career mode, where we will be starting off by creating our new Barbara for 2K26. Funky Barbara Chris, thank you very much for your work here tonight. We've still got some matches to go, though, before we get to creating ourselves a new Barbara. The Butterfield champion, the Vent Pervert, is going one-on-one with Jack Anism. Of course, the Vent Pervert is currently in a rivalry with Gollum. And I'm a little worried that that means we might see Gollum. So we sort of have to... Oh, God, I don't know if you saw that there. It was like a jump scare. It was awful. So this is an official warning for all of you to just sort of prepare yourselves for the potential appearance of Gollum. If you have a pacemaker or if you have a heart condition, you may just want to look away for like 5 minutes. But otherwise, steel yourselves. The Vent Pervert goes one-on-one with Jack Anism. Now. Sorry, I'm touching my nose a lot. It's because there's Pippa hair up there. It's really tickling me. I like how the crowd got louder when Batman started rising from the bottom of frame, as if the crowd can't see him. They're seeing the same thing we are on the camera. Oh, there he is! He's just rising into frame, even though we're in the arena. The Butterfield champion, the Vent Pervert, won this championship from the Pufferfish in a hellacious Hell in a Cell match against Gollum and the Pufferfish, and Gollum has been chasing him ever since. Batman's been trying to keep Gollum away, but Gollum keeps lingering like a bad smell. Like a bad smell, as if Gollum doesn't smell. Of course Gollum smells. I bet Gollum stinks. I can fucking smell him from here, quite frankly. And Jackanism is potentially, I would say, I'd go out there on a limb and say he is perhaps one of the most impressive roster members to never win a match that we've ever had. He always puts on an incredible performance, but he never wins. Poor Jack. Really hope they chant pervert like they would Goldberg. 2K patch notes. We've added crowd chants for the word pervert. Oh, good. That's what we wanted. Jackanism is here, and thus concludes the predictions for this match, which means there's only one thing to do, and that is to do a grapple. Jack's ready. The Vent Pervert is ready. And this match is underway. Ooh, Jackanism ducks out the way of that big swing, but the Batman. Oh, and then a running crossbody from Jackanism. Back and forth these two have gone. To start things off here. Slingshot, senton finds its mark. Now, we did see Dick Mychinko get absolutely destroyed by Brian Butterfield over on BENXT. Imagine if we saw a similar upset here with Jackanism, who is not involved in this feud at all, defeating Batman in short order. We shall see. We shall see. Batman now full mount, right hands raining down in the face of the pirate. Boot to the midsection and another boot as well. Jack rolls over to protect himself, but Batman decides to just target a limb instead. That's very Batman. He'll snap your arms, he'll snap your elbows, he'll snap your shoulders, knees and toes. You can't stop him. Jack. Oh, on the receiving end of a neck breaker there from Batman. Batman doesn't kill, but he will injure you, so you can never work again. Twisting the neck is the Vent Pervert. Down goes Jack. And continuing to work on the fingies and the digits of Jackanism is the Butterfield champion. I'm going to take a little sip of my drink. Bear with me. Could this be it? No. Looks like we're going for a slapping contest now, boys. Jack's calling for more counter. You don't want to get into a slug contest with Batman, but it would appear that Jackanism is more than holding his own. I think arguably he's had the upper hand here, getting in a few counters as well. Big chops. Batman calling for them and then just taking them as well. And now, absolutely leathering each other in the face. Unleashing salvos, and yeah, apparently there was no clear winner there, but I think for my money, Jack was the one who did the best. Jack does have his signature. The Vent Pervert is very close to getting his. STO, or as we would call it here, a little bit of moniker. And Jack, imagine if Jack could upset the Pip Down universe by defeating the Butterfield champion here tonight. Into the cover. Kick out at 2. Vent Pervert still in this thing. Oh, but Batman caught him sleeping. Rolls up Jack. Is this? No, kick out at 1. Jack still going. Oh, Jack ducks under. God, it looked like the Vent Pervert was going to try and take his head off there. And I think actually that was the Vent Pervert's signature maneuver and Jack ducked under it. So while the Vent Pervert's still in command here, he doesn't have a signature move to call upon. Whereas Jack absolutely does. But Jack needs to be upright in order to do it. And the Vent Pervert's just going to keep punishing him until Jack can find an opening to unleash his big moves there. Jackalby Buddington, thank you so much for the resub. 10 months! The Vent Pervert on this, my 10th month anniversary. What luck. What luck indeed. Thank you so much. Jackanism, he's doing his weird little Zoidberg dance. Vent Pervert, but oh, a spear from Jackanism. Is Jackanism about to pin the Butterfield champion? I think he could well be. No, kick out at 2. Oh, but the Vent Pervert is really hurt. Jackanism has a finisher as well. Imagine if Jackanism could do it. This could be his night. The Vent Pervert pulls himself back to his feet very slowly. Jackanism taking advantage, sends Batman into the corner. Big chop across the armor plating of Batman. Scoop slam. And I think Batman is in the drop zone. Jackanism could go for his finisher here. And he gets all of it. The yo-ho elbow is what I've decided to call that just now. And into the cover, presumably, goes Jack. Is Jack about to pin the Butterfield champion? Is Jack finally going to get a victory? Jack's done it! Jack has oh no! But Jack's not even allowed to celebrate because look who it is. Oh, bloody hell, he's horrible. Gollum's here. Oh no, not a steel cage again. Oh, God. Oh, but hang on a second. Batman is rallying. And Gollum might have made a mistake. Oh, and a low blow from Gollum. I was about to say Gollum might have made a mistake, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He sends Batman into one side of the steel cage and then the other. And I think Gollum is making his intentions very clear indeed. And that is that he wants that Butterfield Championship, I believe, next week. This title might just have to be defended inside, not a cage match, because the AI was always crap at those, but Hell in a Cell! Hell in a Cell! I'm going to make a note of that.
No.
Okay, bloody hell. Hey, James, how you doing? There's been a development. Sorry, buddy. Unfortunately, the Fisher-Price car eliminated you. and cost you your title. And now a children's toy car is the Aldi Red Thunder champion. And then in the very next match, Kat had a match, and you brought out a surprise opponent for her, and you were there at ringside, and you were cheering on the person that Kat was facing, who obviously you wanted to beat Kat, and Kat beat them. So you've had a pretty terrible night, quite frankly. You've had a pretty awful night, all things considered. I'm very sorry to tell you that. I think probably what's going to happen on next week's stream is that you and Kat need to settle this once and for all, don't you? I'm going to make a note now. Kat versus James. Next week is the season finale of BENXT Season 1, and I can think of no greater feud to be settled than that one in the final stream. So, yeah, sorry, James. Sorry. I hope you had a lovely stream. Or are you still streaming? No, you're not live. No, I was going to say you're not live. What are you doing? You can't be live and in my chat. Get out of here. I hope you had a lovely stream, though. But good luck next week, though. You know, good luck next week with your match. I hope it goes well for you. Hope it goes well for you. Up next, we have Bonklin versus Jill Sandwich. So there we are. This will be good. This is also part of a rivalry. Bonklin and Bonquit have been feuding for weeks. And for the first time since Bonquit debuted, she is no longer an active Pokémon character. Her story concluded at the start of this week. So she's got all the time in the world now to train for her wrestling adventures, much like Bonklin does. Either way, though, Bonklin goes one-on-one with the former Butterfield champion next. Who knows how this will go? I don't know. There'll be shenanigans, probably. There are going to be shenanigans. Find my music. There we go. Bonklin versus Jill Sandwich. Predictions will be live in a second. Let's do this. Where is he? There he is. Hey, don't you worry about it, James. It's all good, buddy. Doo-doo.
From Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 110 pounds, boy, Ethan the Technician.
Bonklin, the champion of the Heart Gold Nuzlocke, is here. And he's gesturing for a championship that is not on the line, so I'm not really sure what that's about. Bonklin versus the former Butterfield champion is now. And let's see that former champion, shall we?
That was too close. You were almost a Jill Sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
And his opponent from seasonal residencies, Jill.
It's Lord Brotovich's least favourite wrestler, Jill Sandwich, who defeated him for the Butterfield Championship and then simply would not give the title back despite many, many opportunities for Lord B to do so. And she hasn't really been seen since she lost the championship. In fact, her entrance is a bit understated. She looks a bit sad. Could be ripe for the picking if Bonklin's got his head in the game. So let's see how they get on. Bonklin is ready. He's taken off his backpack. Jill Sandwich is thinking about being prepared. They're a similar height. It'll be interesting to see who has the speed and strength advantage. But it's Jill Sandwich who is able to get underway faster here than Bonklin. And Jill Sandwich, big back body drop there. And she's doing a little Zoidberg taunt. I wonder if there's sort of an aerodynamic situation going on here that would impact the speed and athleticism that Jill Sandwich is able to exhibit. But even so, she got up there easy enough. Springboard dropkick finds its mark. Off the ropes, drops the elbow across the face of Bonklin. Bonklin shook. Do they still say that? Do people? I don't know if people still say that. Boot to the midsection. Bonklin. Oh, that is it. Oh, and for the first time, what feels like streaming history. Oh my God. The referee actually calls for a rope break. Unprecedented. And Bonklin continuing to go to work on the legs and the lower back of Jill Sandwich, who is 90% deli meat and bread. But even so, there is still connective tissue in there and nerve endings. And you don't want to be on the receiving end of a single leg crab or indeed a Boston crab. And here they go, just sort of getting in and out of the ring, showing how good they are at doing that. Impressive from both of them. I don't think I'd be that good at getting in and out of the ring, you know? It's good to see. Impressive. And Bonklin, wow, look at Bonklin go. A little bit unnecessary, a little bit flashy, but still went for the pin nonetheless. And Bonklin now, springboard elbow drop, finds its mark. And he's starting to get a bit excited here as Jill Sandwich desperately fights to get back into this thing. Bonklin ducks under, leaps over. Jill Sandwich, oh, goes straight into a German suplex there. All of the fillings of the sandwich flying out across the ring. And finally Jill able to get a counter. And now she gets an opportunity to fight back. Perhaps looking for a submission maneuver of her own. A surfboard stretch, no less, on Bonklin, who counters it into a pin attempt, and Jill will kick out immediately. An elbow drop from Jill. And it's a sort of clumsy offense, but she's still taking down her opponent, so it's effective. That was a bit more picturesque, and Bonklin magnetizes to that corner for some reason. Jill spins him around. Bonklin sent face first and crumples down on a counter from Bonklin. I think everybody heard what I said earlier tonight about losers potentially being on the chopping block for Season 2. Everyone's putting on their best displays here tonight. Their best foot forward from the middle rope. Tilt-a-whirl DDT from Bonklin. And Jill Sandwich decides to go for a little roll to the outside. But she's not a roll. She's a baguette. Bonklin to the top rope. Oh, look at that. European uppercut. That was absolutely wildly dangerous and unnecessary from Bonklin. Throwing caution to the wind. Stamp to the shoulder blade. Referee up to a count of 4 now. Got until 10 to get back in the ring, of course. Big right hand from Bonklin. Bonklin sends Jill back in. 5 count. And Bonklin's looking good in this match. Jill Sandwich, she's had some offense, but she hasn't really gotten going. Only a count of 1. Bonklin has his signature. Jill Sandwich has her signature as well. Oh, Shining Wizard from Bonklin. And Jill Sandwich might be out for the count here. Not quite. Not quite. And Bonklin looking to end things here. Into the cover goes Bonklin. And unfortunately for Jill Sandwich, that's going to do it. And Bonklin with the victory. He's managed to do it. Oh, but hang on a second. Bonquit's here. Taking advantage, an exhausted Bonklin. The 2 former Pokemonday stream protagonists are going at it. And these 2 will need to settle things eventually, but it looks like we're going to have a brawl now as Bonquit briefly phased in and out of existence, which isn't very fair. Popper, Hurricane Rana from Bonklin. He may be tired, but he's not done yet. He's still got plenty of gas in the tank. It's actually Bonquit, sorry. I mean Bonquit. Bonquit is here. And Bonklin is feeling confident. He was jumped from behind after a match, and he's still in charge. Bonquit up on the shoulders of Bonklin. Oh, goodness me. Face first. Goes Bonquit. Boot to the back. Oh, God. Senton. An absolutely venomous senton there. Big right hand from Bonquit on the outside, who does come locked and loaded with a finisher, by the way. That is one of the benefits of jumping someone from behind, I suppose. If she can hit that finisher, that would probably be the end of this brawl. But Bonklin still with the wherewithal to get the upper hand here. And a backbreaker. And Bonklin now going up to the middle rope. Bonquit, though. Oh, okay, that was a little bit clumsy. But Bonquit did manage to evade, so that's, you know, a success. But Bonquit's calling for it. This could be the end of this here. Bonquit with Bonklin up on her shoulders. Oh, and face first into that boot. And it's Bonquit who gets the last laugh here tonight, as this vicious rivalry continues. And that's another one I'm going to have to note down. Bonquit versus Bonklin. I tell you what, we might have to do a two-nighter. We might need to have to do a two-nighter event for BENXT End of the Road next Wednesday evening. Jolly Joker 666, I'm so sorry. You resubbed 11 minutes ago, and I was so busy talking about pretend fighting that I didn't see it. Thank you so much for the resub. 3 months. Let's go. Sporms time. Legally different from sports. That's how that works. Another 8-hour stream then. We're going till it's finished, baby. Or at least 3 hours. That's the goal. We want to conclude all the feuds we have ongoing, and we want every championship defended. Bonquit thinks she's all that because she can time travel. I know. Show off, right? It's time for the main event, everybody. The Lidl Kong Strong Championship is on the line. Pippa the Cat, the champion, defends against Carla, Sergeant Pachiti, Peter Austin, and biker Barbara Piss. Piss. Is it Hyacinth Bucket? Bonquit, sorry. Yes, it is. That's exactly right, James. So I know I've mentioned this already, but just a reminder to people, the TripleJump channel, managed by Cultaholic, none of us, is starting to upload episodes of Main Menu and Rules Boss now, weekly, every Friday. These were the episodes that were on Patreon previously. So if you see that channel uploading things, please do not be alarmed or think that anything has changed. The change has already happened. It was the final change, the big changing. It's not changing again. It can't. Because I've had a message there from Peter saying a lot of the comments under the video are, oh, I got excited there for a second. So I've warned all of you, but please don't be shocked if you go on YouTube later and you see an episode, you're like, it's not new, I'm afraid. It might be new to you though, in which case enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Everybody who worked on those, including James there, did an amazing job, and I'm glad their work gets to be shared with the world now. Predictions are now live for the Lidl Kong Strong tables match. Let me take a photo of that running order there. No, I'm taking a selfie now. That's not what I intended to do. There we are. I can get my music sorted. Imagine if it gets 5 million views. Well, here's the thing. Someone was asking me about this earlier in the week. Firstly, it's not going to. And secondly, if it does, then that's only a good thing, because it means that the people who worked hard on it are vindicated by having worked hard on something and it, paying off. And also there are links in the description and the comments that point to where everybody is. So if people like what they see, then they can come and find us in what we're doing now. And I think that's lovely. So, How many videos is it total, do you know, Ben? I want to binge them all at once. I don't know how many in total, but I can tell you, and you can reverse engineer this, when it will finish airing. Main menu, Rules Boss main menu videos are going to drop every Friday at 5:45 p.m. from this Friday through to August the 7th. So you've got a few months worth. And if you want to count how many weeks that is, that's how many episodes you got. I don't know if it's going to be main menu Rules Boss, main menu Rules Boss, or if it's going to be all the main menus, then all the Rules Bosses. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. But you got a lot. You got a lot of them. We made a lot of stuff, didn't we? We made a lot of stuff. So. But what if they only want to specifically watch cooking videos? Then click on those. Right. Main event time, guys. Let's bloody do it. Honestly, Alex and Kieran's edits were amazing on those Rules Boss and Main Menu episodes. They were so good. So good. And that's why I'm really... Because I sent the message after I found out to the Discord server that we have. And I raided Alex on Monday, and he was over the moon. He was really excited about it. And I'm just excited for those two because, you know, they can now easily put it on their portfolio if they want to, and also just show off their amazing work that they did, you know? And that makes me happy. And also you too, James. You know, you were there for every single one. We cannot diminish your involvement and your contributions as well. So that a big thanks to Jiminy Jenkins for his incredible camera work. His poor back. It's hard holding a camera at that angle for that many hours. It hurts. I know it does. And James always put in an incredible shift. So a big thanks to James as well for his work on that series. Right. Okay. About 27. Is that what it works out? So there's about 27 videos. There we go. Thank you for doing the maths. I was not prepared to do it. Oh dear. Okay, I'm actually going to do it now. All right, let's do it. Let's get these entrances underway. I should have had it loading. It's going to take a minute to load now. Okay. Little Kong Strong Championship match main eventing Pip Down is now.
The following contest is a fatal five-way tables match and is for the Lucha Libre Stampede Total Championship. Introducing the challenger from the other side of darkness,
Debating internally whether or not to refer to her as Big Babby Cool or Big Pissy Cool. Neither of them are good. In fact, both of them are just as abhorrent as the other. But she's here. The Royal Rumble winner, the former BENXT Women's Champion, and arch rival of Pippa the Cat. Once again gets to challenge for a championship this evening, this time the Little Kong Strong Championship. And wouldn't you know it, the current champion, her rival, Pippa the Cat. But of course, it's not just Pippa the Cat who's in this match. It is the former Vidiots champion, former one half of the BENXT Tag Team Champions. Never met that man in my entire life. It is legally distinct Peter Austin. You know how fucking hard it is to get this guy into an arena and away from castles and ruins, and this guy just wants to go outside and play with moss. You know how hard it is to get this guy away from moss? He fucking loves moss, but he's here. And he's going to wrestle for us. What a treat. Yeah. R2 Detox, thank you so much for the bits. That's really kind of you. Representing Adam's family. Sergeant Pacitti is here. Another lesser seen member of the roster, which is a shame, quite frankly. But the potential addition, I say potential, it's going to happen, addition of a third show, that being Monday Night Babs in WWE 2K26 BENXT Season 2, means that hopefully we'll be able to see more of these guys more often. Sergeant Pacitti tonight challenges for his first singles championship. And here comes the champ. It's always Clash at the Castle when Peter's around. That it is. Here she is. God, she's got the zoomies. Look out. Tobias Dwyer, thank you so much for the resub. 3 months. Thank you, Tobias. Good evening to you. Pippa the Cat is here with gold around her waist once more. Can she follow in the footsteps of the other great Little Kong Strong champions and successfully defend her title? It doesn't happen all that often, but she could join esteemed company tonight if she's able to get the job done. Well, from feline to terrible segue, the robot announcer of my streams. It is, of course... Music, where are you? It is, of course... Carla! Not to take away from the current match, but how about Brian Butterfield tonight? I know. Should oh, we panned through Peter's face there. Should Brian Butterfield be added to the EE Tim versus Dick Mychinko match next week? I think yes. I'm going to do it. That's how Gollum got added to the Butterfield Championship match a few weeks ago. Listen out for the splat. There it is. Tables match rules, of course. First person to put someone through a table is the Little Kong Strong champion. This match could be over in seconds. It could be over in hours. There's no in between. Look at Carla fly. Of course, the first task is to put a table inside the ring. And the AI often forgets that that is actually what they are supposed to do. Carla has not forgotten that, though. She is motivated. Former 2-time BENXT Tag Team Champion alongside Santino Marella, the team known together, of course, as Santino Marella. She is highly motivated. The table is flickering around all over the place here. Just got booted to one side by Sergeant Pacitti. And Peter Austin is dropped by Pippa the Cat, the current champion, who has made a couple of appearances on this stream, but of course isn't here right now because she's wrestling. Peter Austin interrupts Sergeant Pacitti as he attempts to add the table to the match. And there you see the fierce rivals, Pippa and Biker Barbara, locking up in the corner. Pippa sits up Biker Barbara, rolling neck snap, and Carla, very impressive. Nobody there, though. Do you actually have to put the table in the ring, or is that just a fun thing they do? No, you can put someone through the table at ringside. It has happened before in these matches. I think the AI compels them to bring a table into the ring there. I think they're encouraged to do. Oh, and Carla's knocked that table down. I think Pippa was maybe looking at retaining her title there, and to put her fiercest rival through the table, no less, would have been huge. But Carla, rolling back into the ring, took the legs out at the legs. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Oh, and Peter takes it out of the legs as well. Nobody can set up a table in this match. They're terrible at it. I think the most tables we've seen in a ring before is 3. We've had 3 tables set up in previous matches. As a lot of you will know, in 2K26 they have added the ability to stack tables. So you can put tables on tables and then throw people through both tables. I don't know if the AI will ever do that, but my goodness, wouldn't it be fun if they did. Power slam from Sergeant Pacitti. Carla whiffs that kick. Oh, and she goes for that move again and misses it, and the table's still not set up. Biker Barbara turning her attention to Peter Austin. Up onto the shoulder of Biker Barbara, and down he goes. As Pippa's under the ring, grabbing a kendo stick. And Biker Barbara only too happy to take that stick out of commission. And Sergeant Pacitti takes down Biker Barbara. There's a table right there, Carla. Bring that table in, please. No, she's got a chair, and she knocks Peter unconscious with it. I think that table might be in a basically unreachable position. I don't think we've ever seen the AI go this long without at least one of them trying to pick up a table. Nobody's doing it. Why will no one pick up a table? This could end up being the longest tables match we've ever had, especially if nobody picks up a table. Oh, wow. Don't know how Peter managed to do that. But he drops Carla. Pippa picks herself back up on the outside. Pacitti going for... What's he got? He's got a chair. And Peter standing as if to mock us on the table that's just on the apron. Uh-oh! Biker Barbara! Oh, no! A pile driver from Sergeant Pacitti to Biker Barbara, and a salute from the leader for good measure. As he then... Oh, now he's taking it to Peter Austin. The table has now finally tumbled to the outside, meaning I hope that someone will pick it up. Nobody is interested in completing this tables match. I don't understand. Why will no one do it? Hello, Deadeye Minis. How are you? It's been a great BENXT so far. Great BENXT. Glad you're here. Pippa sent back into the ring. Once again, everybody forgetting that this is actually a tables match. Oh, looks like we're getting a little team up here. Poor Carla. Biker Barbara and Sergeant Pacitti working together. Oh, and a stunner to Carla. A piss-warm stunner from Biker Barbara to Carla. And now a last ride to Sergeant Pacitti and... Oh, God! And Peter just, like a brave, brave boy, threw that kendo stick at Biker Barbara and then ran away. What a brave lad. But finally we have a table in the ring. There is finally a table in the ring. Carla rolls out of the way of that. Peter interrupting. And we've got another table. Oh no, Carla was briefly inside the table. The table sliding. And now Carla's noticed the other table. Finally. Everybody has turned their attention back to the tables. We might actually get a victor here. The champion picking up a table. She clocks Peter with it. She clocks Pacitti with it. And she sets it up. Finally, we have a table set up. Can Pippa retain her championship? There's nobody to stop her. Carla's doing something ridiculous. No one's paying attention to what Pippa's doing. Pippa could retain her championship. She's done it. Pippa the Cat has retained her championship. I need to check the records here. But I think we might have... Oh, we've broken history. We've broken history. We've broken records and we've made history. You're right. Retained again. Pippa the Cat becomes the first Little Kong Strong championship to go 3 weeks as champion. We have only ever seen one other champion retain their championship. That was the Red Thunder Man. And even he only held it for 2 weeks. Pippa the Cat is not only still the Little Kong Strong champion, but she has made history here tonight, retaining 2 weeks in a row. She will go down in the record books as one of the greatest Little Kong Strong champions of all time. She may not have held it more than once, but she is definitely, by a long shot, the most capable Little Kong Strong champion we have ever seen. And still, quite frankly, I thought that match wasn't going to end. They did not pay attention to the tables for like 5 minutes there. I don't know what that was about. Pippa, still champion. I've had a message from the Drinks Fairy. She's so excited. There's a picture of her just asleep. Okay, good. Okay, so Pippa's tired, you know, she just retained her championship. And then she's passed out. She's immediately passed out. Oh no, she's woken up. No, I've got another photo. Well, she looks pretty sleepy though. It's late, you know. She's done a lot of squeaking and running around today. It's fine. And she's just wrestled a match. Give her a break, all right? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know if we have enough time left in the stream to get through the next episode of BENXT. So we'll get through whatever we can. And then, for the sake of next week's stream being all about the finale, the pay-per-view BENXT End of the Road, off stream, I might just simulate those matches / cut them, just so I can get the pay-per-view all set up. I will make sure those matches are of no consequence, no championships will change hands, etc, etc. But we're going to get through as much of next week's BENXT as possible. So, technically, guys, we just watched the finale, the final episode of Pip Down for BENXT Season 1. That was it. And now we're starting the final episode of BENXT Season 1. Of course, the series BENXT will conclude next week, as I said, with a pay-per-view. What the fuck is this match? Why have they made friends with Blast? I don't understand. Neil Buchanan and Dave Benson Phillips with Blast in their corner, going against P-Volution with Rim Flair in their corner. Hang on, Dave Bautista is a Pip-Down superstar. This is weird. Triple Flush normally tags with Rim Flair. I don't understand that at all. That's some weird stuff going on there with the computer. Dick Mychinko goes one-on-one with Scandal Penguin. James Jenkins and Kat the Writer go one-on-one. Frank Ham and Jackanism go one-on-one. And in the main event, oh god, it's Mary-Kate Olsen versus Dr. Raynal Hill. Cursed. Bloody hell. Right, so I'm going to cut this match and we're going to make this the final Aldi Red Thunder Battle Royal of today's stream. Just don't call BENXT Season 2 a new era or Triple H will be after you. Now we'll try and get to this match, but I've already made a note that Kat the Writer versus James Jenkins will have a match next week on the pay-per-view. So if we don't get to this, we don't get to this, and if we do get to this, we'll see how it goes, and they'll have a big match. We'll put them in an ambulance match or something like that. How does that? James, you up for that? You want to do an ambulance match or a casket match? Does that sound fun? Yeah, cool. Let's spin the wheel, shall we? Right, cut these two. Title match on. Current champion is, of course, the Fisher-Price car. Sorry, James. James dethroned by the Fisher-Price car. And now it is wheel time. As long as I can inflict pain, I'm really leaning into my heel run. You could do a backstage brawl. Do you want to fight in a car park? We could do that. That feels like a suitable conclusion. Wheel, 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 wheel. Here we go. Miss this legs. Is this legs? To be honest, the entrances alone for this match are probably going to take like 10 minutes, so... Right, next. Oh, God. Oh, God! Imagine if the Phenom could continue her run of form. Ashley Olsen winning a singles championship and then winning the tag titles. Bloody hell. Right, let's continue. Kat the Writer is technically in a match later, so we're going to skip that. Unfortunately for Kat, because there's a chance we might not even get to that match, but just in case we do, we're going to respin. Eventually, if Streamlabs... Hello? Streamlabs, are you there? There we go. Dr. Hill is also in the main event. We won't get to that, but even so, I'm going to spin again. Billy Ray Walrus. 4 wins, 19 losses. This is a 2-time BENXT champion, by the way. 4 wins. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know that these stats are completely accurate, to be honest. Triple Flush was in this match. He's not now. He competed in last week's Aldi Red Thunder Battle Royal unsuccessfully. So the final slot goes to... No, not you. You've had a turn. You're already in the match. The final slot goes to... Emma the Bear, the new BENXT Women's Champion. She defeated her rival Grimace the other week. And tonight she could become a double champion. Imagine that. Imagine that. That's what we're going to start with. 6-person Battle Royal action for the Aldi Red Thunder Championship. We're not going to waste any time. I'm going to take a photo of the running order for the music, and we are going to get stuck in. Predictions forthcoming. Thank you again, Mods, for sorting out predictions. I appreciate you very much. Forgot how much of a unit Billy is. Ah, he's a thick boy. With his love heart chest hair. Impressive. Frightening even. Not frightening. Sexy. It's sexy. It's sexy, right? This is pretty sexy. I think this is pretty sexy chest hair right there. They asked, what chest hair would you like? And I said, the sexy one, please. And they're like, okay, there it is. Like, you know what? That's fucking sexy. That's fair. Fair enough, man. Olympic athlete, too. Yeah. Do not downplay Billy Ray Walls.
And is for the All-Star Ring Total Championship.
Ben, that's your son you're talking about. So, it's totally fine to tell your son that they are well fit. Especially if they're pink and a walrus, alright? Okay? Here he comes. Billy Ray Walters is here. Still waiting for the day that 2K are brave enough to add Walrus as a name that you can choose for the ring announcer, but that's not today. Billy looking to become a 3-time Aldi Red Thunder champion. Funnily enough, that would be a record. We've got loads of 2-time champs. We have no 3-time champs. Could be Billy's night. Is this legs? I think it is.
And introducing the challenger, standing at 7 feet tall.
7 feet. She's only got 2 feet, actually. Miss This Legs is here. I don't know why we're staring at literally nothing at the moment. I can't. There's no one there. Oh, hang on. Is that Legs there? Still can't see anything. No, it's got... Oh, okay. There they are. There's Legs. Legs is here. No, I just wanted to confirm. A bit difficult to see. Camera's pointing at completely the wrong part of Legs. You just sort of see hints of Legs. Not much more than that, though. There they are. I saw them right at the end. I saw Legs. And now... this woman is utterly terrifying. I am fairly convinced she is a demon in human form. She has been single-handedly decimating she's been single-handedly decimating the BENXT Tag Team Champions the past few weeks. If it weren't for her sister, the weak link, Mary-Kate Olsen, they would have defeated the Tag Team Champions last week on BENXT. But now she has an opportunity to win some gold all on her own. Can she do it? Oh, she's so scary. I don't want to look at her anymore. It's time for the champion. I can already hear James booing from here. She survived the field. And she emerged a champion. The Fisher-Price car with her hardware. James, calm down. Calm down, James. You'll have your opportunity. You had your opportunity, technically. Fisher-Price car enters this match as champion. Will she leave as champion? Will she go into BENXT Season 2 as champion? That'll be decided next week if indeed she holds on to the belt tonight. We've got a couple more people to introduce here before we get started. And the next one is someone who competed last week. The Aldi Red Thunder Championship, was one of the final 2 in this match. Would love a second shot, and that is EE Tim's best friend, proud member of P-Evolution, former BENXT Tag Team Champion, former Aldi Red Thunder Champion, the Ceramic Assassin Triple Flush. He takes fucking ages to arrive, though.
And introducing the challenger, representing Evolution from the wasteland, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Assassin!
Ceramic Assassin Triple Flush wants a second Red Thunder title. And he could do it. He could do it tonight. But all of these competitors have got to go through a world champion. And that is the BENXT Women's Champion.
The NXT Women's Champion, Emma the Bear.
The hibernating giant herself, Emma the Bear. Imagine if Emma won herself a second championship here tonight. Has she won this title before? It feels like she must have done. I'm scanning. Oh! If Emma the Bear won tonight, she would also break the record for being a 3-time winner. And she would be a double champ as well. It would be a huge night for Emma if she were to be victorious. Watch out for the splat. And we're underway. Once again, Battle Royal rules in effect here. Eliminate someone by throwing them over the top rope, both feet touching the floor. Last person standing is the winner. We have an awful lot of pink on display tonight. Lovely to see that. And I believe Ashley Olsen just hit a dab. I don't want to look at the replay because I think it might be like looking at Medusa. I think I would turn to stone and die. Legs taking down Triple Flush. Ashley Olsen going for an elimination, and Emma the Bear will assist her. Billy Ray Walrus. Oh, he's able to fight out of it. Elbow for the current Aldi Red Thunder champion, and a forearm strike to Ashley Olsen, and Ashley catches the leg-based offensive legs and then eats a boot for good measure. Emma the Bear taking it to Triple Flush in the background. Elbow strike from Fisher Price cut. And legs off the ropes. Ooh. Fisher Price car catches. All sorts of action happening right now. It's all breaking down. Quite difficult to keep up with. Legs sent straight over the top rope. That was possibly the easiest elimination I've ever seen. Billy Ray Walrus scores the first elimination, and it's at the expense of Legs. Legs is gone. We are down to five superstars competing. Sorry, enthusiasms. Poor Legs. Legs used to be a real player in our playthroughs, but in BENXT she hasn't really done all that well. Hey, Season 2 could be a fresh start, right? Could be a fresh start. Triple Flush taking it to Ashley Olsen. Counter from Ashley. Billy Ray Walrus with the Aldi Red Thunder champion on his shoulders, who is also powering out. And Ashley starting to roll. DDT from the champ to Billy Ray. Emma the Bear, the BENXT Women's Champion, hoists up Ashley Olsen and slams her down for a backbreaker. Emma continuing to go to work on Ashley Olsen. Backbreaker from Triple Flush to the champion. Billy Ray lurking in the corner. Emma the Bear walks Ashley over. Picks her up. And Ashley in a spot of bother here. And I think oh no, Ashley Olsen has been eliminated. Ashley Olsen's run of luck unfortunately has come to an end here. I thought she stood a really good chance, but she's the second one out. And I think we're seeing the cheating in action here from Triple Flush as the champion Fisher Price car was being eliminated through the middle rope, not over the top rope. That's technically a bug because she's not tall enough to go over the top rope, but it looks like they're cheating. But even so, I assert that Triple Flush is cheating there, not a proper elimination because she wasn't going over the top rope. And the Bear just bodies Billy Ray Walrus. 4 competitors left in this run. Billy Ray the champion, Fisher-Price Carr. Triple flush. And the BENXT Women's Champion, Emma the Bear, who's just a bit too heavy for Billy Ray. And Emma now turning her attention to triple flush. Triple flush would love to be successful this week after coming so close last week. Emma, thought she was going to get Fisher-Price Carr straight out there, but she's going for an elimination on the champion. She has the champion up. The champion's reign is in jeopardy here. Fisher-Price Carr desperately hanging on as Billy Ray Walrus eliminates triple flush. We're down to 3. Fisher-Price Carr powers out. And wow, look at that Uranagi from Billy Ray Walrus, and the champion is waiting there. The Fisher-Price Carr is the only competitor to be on their feet, he says, as another one gets to their feet. Emma the Bear, whoa, running neck breaker. Took a little while to manage to find the Fisher-Price Carr, but she got there in the end. Hoists up, the Fisher-Price Carr spins around and slams her down. And the Fisher-Price Carr might be in a spot of bother here because that was Emma the Bear's signature maneuver, which means that the Fisher-Price Carr might be about to be eliminated. She's gone. We are down to 2. Billy Ray Walrus and Emma the Bear. And I think... oh no! I think Emma the Bear is not only about to become a double champion, but she is about to win a second title to wrap around her waist. She just needs to get Billy Ray over that top rope, and she's taking her time. Really is taking her time. Billy back to his feet, and he drops Emma the Bear. Oh, they're going back and forth here. Oh, but a counter from Emma. Emma now sends Billy into the rope. Big boot. Drops the pink phenom. And now repeated strikes to Billy Ray Walrus. Rolls him onto his stomach. Emma the Bear lifts him up gingerly. Spins around and just clocks him with that right hand. And I think, even though she really is playing with her food here, we are closing in. Oh no. This is why you shouldn't play with your food, because you don't want to play with the power of Billy Ray Walrus, effortlessly hoisting the BENXT Women's Champion above his head, and down she goes. Billy Ray now going to work on the leg. Am I right in saying that if either of these two guys win? Yes. If Billy wins, he becomes a 3-time champion. If Emma wins, she becomes a 3-time champion. We are going to make history here, regardless of who wins. Billy, big splash. It's Emma the Bear's turn now to eat all the offense, and they're very close to those ropes. Billy, I think, has had enough. I think he's going to go for the elimination attempt. Right hand, counter from Emma. Emma sends Billy into the corner. And Emma going for the elimination. Is Emma closing in on a 3rd championship? She gets him up there with absolutely no effort whatsoever. Billy Ray is gone. We have a new champion, and we have a double champion. A record-breaking victory for Emma the Bear, as she is the first member of the BENXT roster to win the Aldi Red Thunder Championship 3 times. Congratulations to Emma the Bear. A huge night for her. Unfortunate for the Fisher-Price Carr, she was in the final 3. Ashley Olsen as well, I really had high hopes for, but unfortunately eliminated second. There went the Fisher-Price Carr. And then after Emma the Bear hit her signature and finisher, really, it was just a matter of time. And here she is. Double champion Emma the Bear. The titles are phasing through her little mittens there, but she's done it. I believe she is also the first woman to hold 2 titles at the same time on the roster. It's happened a couple of times in the men's division. Never happened in the women's division. Emma the Bear, a real trailblazer and history maker here tonight on BENXT. Now, we have just 18 minutes left of this stream, and I need a wee, but it feels like a really silly time to go to the toilet, so we're going to press on. Up next, continuing the feud, clearly, between Dick Mychinko and EE Tim. Dick's got another obstacle in his way tonight. Last week, it was Brian Butterfield who soundly beat him. Lest we forget, Brian cementing his place in a BENXT World Championship match next week on BENXT End of the Road. But tonight, he's got to face the Scandal Penguin. And the Scandal Penguin has won championships before. He won the Aldi Red Thunder Championship, I believe, in one of the most one-sided battle royals we've ever seen. He eliminated everybody. Every single person in that match, he eliminated them. And then since then, it's sort of been a bit quiet. But he could do a lot of damage tonight. He could get back to, if he could get back to winning ways over the BENXT champion, huge. Absolutely huge. So here we go. Potentially our final match of the night. In fact, you know what? I think I will say this is the final match of the night. It may end up with us finishing slightly early. But given how long I streamed on Tuesday for Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways, I hope you will forgive me if I end a little earlier tonight. And it also allows us to tie a neat bow on things heading into next week's season finale. And you can all go to bed 3 minutes earlier, because I assume that you're all staying up to watch this and you'll go to bed regardless of your time zone immediately after we finish, yeah? I think that's how it works. So this will be the final match of the stream. Wager those BENXT bucks, and then after next week, you're going to want to hoard them and gather them for when Season 2 drops a few weeks later. Demo Dick versus Scandal Penguin is our main event. Let's do it. Oh, we're here. Oh, hang on a second. I think EE Tim's come down to get a front row view of this match. He's not interfering, he's not doing anything wrong, but obviously this will provide a huge distraction for Demo Dick to have his rival there at ringside. He's just going to take a seat. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just going to have a little seat. But the distraction is definitely there for poor Demo Dick, who now has to wrestle a match, and immediately Scandal Penguin taking advantage, drops Demo Dick down, and Scandal Penguin just throttling the BENXT champion. Are we all going to the same bed? Yeah, sure. Let's all crowdfund a massive bed that we can all share together. Sounds lovely. Scandal Penguin springboard dropkick drops the champion. Hello, Sinjin. How are you? Good evening. Into a very early cover goes the Penguin, but I don't think that's going to do it. Kick out at one. And it's hard to tell what's going on. I thought Richard had caught his foot, but it appears that Scandal Penguin was just driving the heel of his boot. And now a big forearm to the temple of Demo Dick. And a boot to the midsection. Follows up there. No jumping on the big bed, you'll ruin the strings. Absolutely. No jump. Everyone be polite and respectful of the big bed, please. How do you like 2K25? I love 2K25. There's a lot of things I'd tweak and change. I'm excited for some of the stuff they're adding in 2K26. But it's great for this. We love simulating a big silly match here. Kick out at one. Gonna need to do a bit more than that. Here's Richard Mychinko in this one. Forearm to the spine. And a drop kick drops the champion. Scandal Penguin, I tell you what. Richard Mychinko, our BENXT champion, has been on a terrible run of form the last couple of weeks. He's absolutely eaten everything and again that the Scandal Penguin has brought tonight after losing to Brian Butterfield last week. And admittedly, he's been distracted by EE Tim here at ringside, but even so, Demo Dick is being absolutely penguin handled here. No toast crumbs in the bed either. No, absolutely not. You eat outside of the bed and then you get in the big communal bed. Referee count of 3. And now, Demo Dick starting to roll. Powerbomb position. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness me. Onto the apron, small of the back first, and then twisting him round, slamming him into the other side of that LED board at the front. And up onto the shoulders, and Demo Dick slips out. We're up to a count of 7 now. Please, the final match of BENXT cannot end in a count out. 9. Scandal Penguin, get in! What's he doing? Oh my god, that was so close. Fucking hell. Okay, springboard. Demo Dick misses with that, but he's able to follow it up. Scandal Penguin has himself a signature. Demo Dick a million miles away from one, but bloody hell, this match will continue. Scandal Penguin struggled to find his way into the ring there. Favourite mode? Absolutely Universe mode, the one we're playing right now. Enjoy it an awful lot. And now, Demo Dick starting to ride again, although unfortunately he's been caught there by Scandal Penguin, who seems absolutely dead set on fighting on the outside. Up to his feet. And absolutely clobbers him with that. Boot to the spine. Demo Dick continuing to lay in the offense here on Scandal Penguin. And you're starting to feel that the tide of momentum is shifting here in favour of the champion. Referee, again, getting in the way. Brilliant job. Absolutely exceptional. Oh! And that probably would have looked brutal if we could have seen it. Oh, and a rare bit of emoting there from the usual, rather solemn-faced Richard Marchenko. Scandal Penguin able to get out of dodge there and now back in control. Double stomp on the elbow of Richard Marchenko, who rolls out of the way. Oh, walks right into a right hand and a drop kick from Scandal Penguin. We're starting to see the glimpses of brilliance that Scandal Penguin has shown in the past. Slingshot, senton. And the BENXT Men's Champion quite literally on the ropes as the Scandal Penguin has himself a signature. And how embarrassing would this be for the BENXT Men's Champion to be defeated directly in front of his rival. Basement dropkick. Scandal Penguin calling for it. This thing could be over very soon indeed. Scandal Penguin sends Demo Dick into the corner. Oh, and hang on, I think we're about to see some shenanigans here. Demo Dick sends Scandal Penguin to the outside. Tim can't believe what he's seeing, and I think Richard, again, is taking issue with the fact that Tim is there. And Tim's gotten to his feet. I don't like where this is going. I hope we won't have to refund the channel points. Tim not getting involved. The two of them are squaring up, though. Oh, no! And Dick Marchenko sends Scandal Penguin directly into Tim. And now sends Scandal Penguin back into the ring. Tim has been dropped, accidentally, admittedly. Dick Marchenko's done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong here. And now we're starting to see the war criminal in Demo Dick emerge as Tim gets back to his feet. I don't know if Tim's going to get involved, but he's certainly moving around now. Oh, and into the referee. Demo Dick just can't stop sending people into the... Oh, God, the repeated strikes. Uh-oh. And a stomp. There it is. Dick Marchenko got absolutely all of that. Is that enough to secure him the victory over an incredibly impressive Scandal Penguin in this one? He drops into the cover. Is Scandal Penguin hurt enough? I don't know that he is. Not quite. No, he's not. Scandal Penguin still alive. Feels bad when Scandal Penguin had the upper hand, then some random games nonsense fisticuffs broke his momentum. Fight forever, the crowd chants as Demo Dick gets Scandal Penguin up to a foot, and I believe he's bleeding now as the champ put his boot through the beak of the Penguin. And now, Demo Dick with Scandal Penguin on his shoulder, hangs him up to dry. And continues. This is the Demo Dick we know. This is the Demo Dick, quite frankly, that we just did not see last week against Brian Butterfield. But that date is set. Next week at 6 p.m. it will be BENXT presents End of the Road, the finale of Season 1, where Demo Dick will have to defend his title not just against Tim, but also against Brian Butterfield. And that will determine who will walk into Season 2 as champion. Demo Dick with a second finisher. Locked and loaded. But a counter from Scandal Penguin, who's not far off a finisher himself, quite frankly. Imagine if he could pull out a victory here. Oh, and a leaping double stomp. And Scandal Penguin into the cover. Are we going to have that upset after all? Kick out of one. Scandal Penguin's got himself a finisher, though. He goes into the cover again. And he's got his feet on the ropes this time. Referee didn't see it, but still only a 1 count. Scandal Penguin Pele kick. And the Penguin closing in. Can he get his finisher off? Big chop and another. Has him up. Down he goes. And Scandal Penguin just stalking the champion now. In the deep water of this match. Up on his shoulders. Oh, and double knees to the stomach. Demodick very wisely rolling out. Scandal Penguin up to the top rope. Notices that Demodick's getting back. Oh, hang on a second. I think Scandal Penguin has walked directly into another war crime stomp. And that is surely going to do it. Absolutely. Hats off to Scandal Penguin here. No, he's still going. Scandal Penguin is still in it. I was so certain that would be it. And now Demodick just needs to stay on the offense. He needs to keep his foot on the pedal. Because as much as Scandal Penguin had in, oh God, to kick out of that. If he takes too many more of those, there's just no way. There's just no way that he can keep going. On the outside now, Demodick just punishing the Penguin. You can tell he's frustrated. You can tell he's pissed off. Taking it, quite frankly, as a sign of great disrespect that he hasn't been able to put away Scandal Penguin yet. But even so, Scandal Penguin with the counter. And he's got him on the outside here, and he takes him down. And Scandal Penguin now has 2 finishers. 2 finishers. Double underhook. Oh, God, sheer drop brainbuster. That's one of his finishers. He can't finish the match out here, though. If he can get Demodick in the ring, I think we might have a shock victor here. He goes straight into the cover. That, quite frankly, could be enough. Demodick has been absolutely destroyed here by Scandal Penguin. And he's done it. Scandal Penguin has defeated the BENXT Men's Champion, and for the 2nd week running, our world champion has been defeated in a non-title match by someone who's not even in the same division as him. Newt fucking Newt. Absolutely incredible performance from Scandal Penguin. Does that mean that the Penguin needs to be added to the BENXT World Championship match next week? Big time pretty boy indeed. The biggest win of Scandal Penguin's entire career. Absolutely incredible stuff. What a good boy. What a good boy. Huge win for the Penguin here tonight. And for poor Dick Mychinko, his terrible run of form sadly continues. Now, as discussed, I'm going to simulate the next few matches, and I will create a pay-per-view that we will experience next week on the season finale. I hope you're excited for it. I'm really excited for it. Season 1 has been an absolutely incredible journey, and I am so grateful that all of you have come along for the ride, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be live on Monday with a brand new Pokemon adventure. We're doing Pokemon Platinum. We're being a poison-type trainer. Additionally, on Tuesday, we're starting Resident Evil Requiem, and then season finale on Wednesday. So it's a big week next week for streams. Sunday, if you're a patron on Worst Games Ever, you're getting a brand new episode. And thank you. Thank you so much. So we're going to end it there. Wonderful Cat is streaming. So I'm going to raid Cat. Raid? Cat. Oh, I can't remember how to do it. How do I do it? Raid? Cat. I want to. Oh no! I keep wanting to do Cat the writer. That's not a handle. Not very good at gaming. Go drop a follow with Cat. Fair. Oh no, she's playing Resident Evil Village. I was going to say if she's playing Resident Evil 9, fair warning. If you want to play Resident Evil 9 yourself this weekend. But we're going to go raid Cat. There we are. We're going to try that. Thank you so much for coming this evening, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see as many of you next week as possible. See you soon. All right. Catch you later. Bye.